Hare Krishna, bro. My name is Sai Krishna, bro. I am studying in BTech, SV University. The main thing inspired me to come Krishna consciousness in early days is the relation with our mentors who mm, came to us into hostels and helped us in different sessions. And one more thing is after death, it will help like that. It is eternal account like that. I had from Radheshyam Prabhu lectures, and in hostel it is their ragging. So why we should serve the seniors? We should serve Krishna, and we'll get some piety like that. I thought, and I came.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu. My name is Madhav Sundar Das. What brought me Krishna consciousness is obviously touch of devotees. I was inspired by first like one devotee and in my college just hold my hand. First time some senior came and directly hold my hand and told, "Would you like to please take this book?" So that only I don't know what happened to me. I took the book and then that was discover yourself. Discover yourself by His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu. So then slowly all the questions, what was there in my mind, same questions were at the back. So through that we came into sessions and slowly when I'm reading Prabhupada books, I'm trying to minimize. I'm thinking Prabhupada is telling so much, but if I do little less, that will be good. But whenever I'm trying to do less, it is, Hare Krishna. So whenever I'm trying to do, when I'm reading Prabhupada books, I'm thinking this is too much. When I'm trying to do less, I'm saying when I'm doing less, then I'm suffering more. When I'm doing that, that only is helping me. Like suppose I want to get up early morning, I'm thinking no, if I get up at 4:30 is too. When I get up at 5 and 6, I'm not able to manage. If I'm getting at 4:30, then only I'm able to manage. So like that, many things Prabhupada's purports and books helping me to keep me in Krishna conscious. Thank you very much.
Actually, Prabhu is IIT professor. So now he working in Allen, and for one-time programs and initial, Prabhu is helping a lot, Prabhu. So in giving initial sessions, Madan Sundar Prabhu. Hare Krishna. So we'd like to welcome His Grace Revati Raman Prabhu, His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu, His Grace Rupeshwar Chaitanya Prabhu. So for our Santushti program, so you're heartily welcoming. So thank you, Prabhu. So we had a wonderful time. So past 2 days. So now we are going to have more wonderful time in this Santushti festival. So it's a wonderful topic. We decided so to have an panel discussion. So it's following Srila Prabhupada. So many things are there we want to hear. Otherwise, we'll be thinking, yes, I am doing right or wrong. Yes, this is correct. So what Prabhupada had given for us, whether we are in the right direction, I'm just contemplating when we are giving this topic, whether we are in the right direction, whether we are following Prabhupada, whether we are being in ISKCON. So many questions came into mind. So let's hear from Revati Raman Prabhu, Rupeshwar Chaitanya Prabhu, Radheshyam Prabhu on this topic. So they will throw some big light. So then whatever the darkness is there should go away and we should align with Prabhupada properly. If you have any questions, first initially they will speak for 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, each and everyone. So then they will be open for questions. But questions will not be directed to anyone. So panel will decide who have to answer that question. We can ask open question and then so panel will decide who have to answer that question. So that's which we thought of one condition. So now we'll without any delay, so we'll start our Santushti program. And I would like to invite other devotees also here. Temple devotees also came and joined. So today, so this afternoon. So thank you, Prabhu, for coming and joining us. So I request His Grace Revati Raman Prabhu to start and give his valuable.
Yeah, get a stand. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Okay, let's get right. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimandasya Gnanajanashalakaya Shakshut Unmultimana Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prachani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarni Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaurabhaktananda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So the topic is following Srila Prabhupada. We have to follow Srila Prabhupada. How to follow him? What are the instructions he has given personally to his disciples, or through his books, or his conversation with the devotees? These things are very, very important. So how to know about it? We have to read regularly. We have to hear Srila Prabhupada regularly. Hearing Srila Prabhupada is very, very important. Then we'll come to know what Srila Prabhupada wanted. What Srila Prabhupada wanted? First thing, he wanted us to become okay. A devotee asked Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, are you okay? Prabhupada said, I am okay, you are not okay. Prabhupada is always okay because he's a Bhagavata. We are not okay because we are not Bhagavata. To become a Bhagavata, we've got to follow Bhagavata. Narada Muni became a Bhagavata by following Bhakti Vedantas. They're all Bhagavatas. Prahlad became a Bhagavata by following Narada Muni instructions. So if you want to follow a Bhagavata, you'll become Bhagavata. If you want to become Bhagavata, you should follow a Bhagavata. One is reading Bhagavatam is very important. And hearing from a Bhagavata is more important. Very important. So Srila Prabhupada is proven. By his results is proven what he has done to people around the world. Mainly he gave the holy name. He gave Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. He gave the deities, whatnot. He gave prasadam. He gave everything to the people around the world without discrimination. Only for Indians or only for Americans. No, anybody. Anybody. They can take to Krishna consciousness. That is Srila Prabhupada's magnanimity, his compassion. So one thing, many instructions are there. Few things I'll tell you. One is the basic thing. First Srila Prabhupada said, take care of your health. Prabhupada said, when the health is gone, what you can do? You can't do anything. So devotee should be very conscious of his health. Health is very, very important. Health is wealth. If the health is gone, you can't do anything. You'll be lying down in the bed and taking help from others. That's very pitiable, actually. We should help others. Life is very short. The jack of a moment is gone. We think long time. No. It's nothing. It's like a bubble we come and go off. So this time should be utilized properly in Krishna consciousness. For that we should follow Srila Prabhupada. As long as we follow Srila Prabhupada, everything is okay. The first thing Prabhupada said, take care of your health. He gave this instruction to Dhananjaya Prabhu in London. Few years back, when I was in London, one devotee told me, one leader, I don't remember, he told her, when Prabhupada was in London, he was very sick. He told Dhananjaya Prabhu, first thing, take care of your health. Very, very important. That means we should eat very carefully, eating. We should eat very carefully. And doing some simple exercise. Not necessarily going to build your body for a show off. No, simple, just to keep ourselves fit, body and soul together. Walking. Prabhupada said this. Today I'm alive because of morning japa walk. Today I'm alive, I'm okay because of massage. Two things Prabhupada said. Morning walk and massage, keeping me alive, keeping me healthy. So, health is very important. You can see all Srila Prabhupada letters. In the ending, hope this finds you in good health. He ends his letter in that way only. Not that you're Krishna consciousness. Health is okay, you can work on Krishna consciousness. When your health is out, very difficult to cope up with the body and the mind. So, Prabhupada's first instruction is health. Take care of your health. So we devotees, we should be very careful. Mainly what we eat, what we shouldn't eat, what suits me. I should be the best doctor for myself. Not necessarily every time you run to your doctor. You are the best doctor. Krishna has given everything to us. With little intelligence, we can understand our whole body chemistry, how it works. That is very important. Then Prabhupada said, take care of your sadhana. Without health, we cannot perform sadhana. Even we cannot chant our rounds properly. We cannot keep up the programs without health. So health is so important. It's a gift by Krishna. This body is a gift by Krishna. Keeping good health is a gift by Krishna. And the intelligence given is a gift from Krishna. We got to utilize it, utilize that intelligence, how to keep the body okay. Old age, of course, it'll wither off. Ought to get problems. Problems will come. Health challenge will be there. It's okay. At least till the old age, we got to be very active and serve Srila Prabhupada's movement. This is very important. So sadhana is so important. To perform good sadhana, you need a good health. No health, you cannot perform your sadhana. You cannot come for Mangalarti. You cannot complete your rounds. You cannot chant properly. You cannot dance with the devotees. All these things. Then what happens? You go down in your consciousness. Instead of the consciousness blooming, you'll start shrinking. And you become mental. You start worrying. What happened to me? Why I'm not happy? All this due to health, you see. Health means, physical and mental. Both are important. By sadhana, you can have very good mental health. By simple exercise, some pranayama, some walking, you can have good physical health. Walking is so important. You cannot do some gymnastic, you cannot do some yoga, doesn't matter. Walking you do at least for 45 minutes a day, that'll keep you fit. It'll help you a lot. Walking continuously with the japa is a type of meditation. Even the secular world says walking is like a meditation. But japa walk is fantastic. Srila Prabhupada introduced this japa walk. Because when doctors came and met him when he was sick, the doctor checked him and he came out. And Tamal Krishna Maharaj, few others were there. And the doctor said, this man needs some exercise. Till then, Srila Prabhupada was not walking. When he heard this, he said, there's a good instruction. I need some exercise. From then, Srila Prabhupada started this morning japa walk. It was a mandatory, like every day is to walk, at least for 1 hour. Before Darshanarti, walk. At the same time, he is to chant. At the same time, he'll give answers to different questions from the disciples. So we got to take up the health and sadhana. Whatever the case may be, within that day, we got to finish our 16 rounds. That is the most important instruction. Very, very important instruction. Never skip your rounds. Once it becomes habit, very dangerous. Okay, tomorrow I'll carry on like that. No. You cannot. You should try to finish your rounds that day. And as you grow, senior in ISKCON, more number of years, you got to increase your chanting. You got to increase your chanting. 16? Okay. Or sometimes 17, 18. One Maharaj told in a class, actual chanting starts from 17th round. Actual chanting starts from 17th round. Till 16th is a commitment. From 17th, we are serious. We are getting some taste. Unless you have taste, you cannot go for 17th round. Unless you got some respect for the Lord, you'll not go for 17th round. Unless you have fear for the Lord, you'll not go for 17th round. So if you have love for Lord, respect for Lord, fear for Lord, increase your rounds. Don't limit to 16 rounds. Prabhupada said minimum 16 rounds. Increase it. 18, 20, 25, 32. Okay, right. Ekadashis, some extra rounds. Not necessary to tell somebody. Your mentor, you can tell, Prabhu, can I increase my rounds? He'll tell you, okay, do it. That's always good, actually. Or it's not necessary to tell you how many rounds you're chanting also. Minimum 16 is important. Extra rounds, but that's between you and Krishna. Lord knows. This person is endeavoring to come closer to me, and Lord will help us. So the chanting more rounds is important. sadhana, seva. When sadhana is good, your seva becomes yajna. Otherwise, you'll think, I am the doer. Yajnata karmananyatra lokam karma bandhanaha. It'll become karma. If bhajan is not serious, your sadhana is not serious, your work will be karma. It'll have a result. It's not a Krishna conscious activity, it's not a yajna. Yajna means offering everything to the Lord. It's not so. I am the doer. I am the doer. What I can get from this, that is the mentality of this whole world. Material life means this, what I can get, that we have to give her. That is yajna. Everything is for Lord. Everything is for Lord. So by good sadhana, your seva becomes yajna. Good health leads to good sadhana leads to seva, Krishna seva, and that is actually samadhi. That means all the time you are with Krishna. In any situation, you are with Krishna. That's all. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. No, chanting the Lord's name sincerely and seriously, that means you are with Krishna. That's all. Okay? That's right. Hare Krishna.
I request His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu to speak. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshtarane Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I was very happy with the name Santushti. This name was designed by His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu, I heard. Yeah, this was a very beautiful name, bringing devotees together and satisfaction. Prabhupada says, in many places in Bhagavatam, you will find when this Brahman sent by Rukmini, he goes to Krishna to give the letter, Rukmini's letter. First question Krishna asks the Brahman, my dear Brahman, are you satisfied? Are you peaceful? Are you following the dharma, principles of dharma very strictly? Because if you're following the path of dharma, na atikrichirena, he says. Na atikrichirena means you should do dharma very smoothly, joyfully, like a seamless flow. Blissfully one should perform one's sadhana, one's care for health, and one's seva. Because our path is called as pratyakshavagavam dharmyam susukam kartamavyayam anandambudi vardhanam pratipadam purnamrita aswadanam, it is said. Similarly, so that is for the holy name, anandambudi vardhanam. Susukam kartamavyayam is Navavidha Bhakti. It is done with joyfully done. Similarly, study of the Bhagavatam also. Tadaiva ramyam ruchiram navam navam tadaiva shashvan manaso mahotsavam tadaiva shokarnava shoshanam nrinam yadottama shloka yasho nugiyate. So the Bhagavatam, it says, ramyam, it's beautiful. Ruchiram, sweet. Navam, ever fresh, he says. And Manaso Mahotsavam Shashwat, he's saying. It's a perpetual festival for the mind. So, the path of Bhakti Yoga is supposed to be performed blissfully, whether it is study of Bhagavatam, whether it is chanting of the holy name, whether it is any other devotional service also. And that is only possible when we have Santushti. So I really loved this name which Prabhuji coined. Very wonderful. I will share some of the few principles that Prabhupada has emphasized in his teachings. One time Prabhupada was in a ISKCON temple in Honolulu. One devotee had come to meet him. So Prabhupada asked the devotee, are you associating with the devotees in the temple? Are you coming?
He said, yes, Prabhupada, I am coming, he said. And then devotees told Prabhupada, no, Prabhupada, he only comes when you come. Other times, he was earlier living in the temple, now he has gone away from here. He is living in some station. So then Prabhupada asked him, why are you leaving the devotees and going and living away from the devotees? Are you happy there? He said, I am not happy because the policemen, they drive him away if he stays somewhere. So Prabhupada said, see, you are right now living like a street dog with no shelter, no custody, because you have ego problem with devotees. Instead of that, if you can dissolve your false ego and stay with devotees, you can blissfully live in the temple. You can take prasad, attend morning program, attend the classes and everything. And in association, you will grow also very nicely. Why don't you do this little bit effort to put aside your false ego instead of quarreling with devotees? Like the Prabhupada said. So from this, what we learn is, when we come and live with devotees, although we say, staying with devotees is like Vaikuntha, sometimes it may not be like Vaikuntha. Some strain, some push-pull may happen, because not all devotees are pure devotees. We are recruiting the devotees from the general mass of the population of the world. So some are going to have sharp corners, which may upbraid and sparks will come. But intelligence means never to leave the association of devotees. Always stay in the company of devotees. Another place Prabhupada in his travel went, and then one devotee had a house right next to temple. But now he had gone 3 hours away, 2 or 3 hours away from the temple. One family. So when Prabhupada went, they came. So Prabhupada asked, how are you doing? He said, I'm fine, Prabhupada. So, are you taking association of devotees? Yes, Prabhupada, we are trying to come, they said. And then Prabhupada said, where are you staying? And then he came to know they are staying 2-3 hours away. And then Prabhupada told them the story of Akbar and Birbal, Once Akbar conducted a test that if any yogi can stay in the chill water at night, whole night I'll give him a prize. So one yogi stayed in the chill water till the neck. But then next day morning, Akbar blamed him, saying that you must have got some light from the electric post, so you cannot get the prize. Yogi felt very bad. Birbal told the yogi, don't worry, I will arrange the prize for you within a week. So next day, Birbal was cooking khichdi in his house. And he was late, he didn't go to the sabha. Akbar asked, why is he late? Birbal said, I'm waiting for khichdi to be ready. Then I will come and meet you. Now it is noon time. Last 2 hours you are cooking? He said, yes. Last 4 hours I'm cooking, it's not getting cooked. Then Akbar came and saw khichdi pot was up and the fire was way below. Akbar laughed and said, what kind of cooking are you doing? He said, no, my dear king, if the yogi got warmth from the light from above, surely this light should be able to cook the khichdi. He said. So Akbar laughed and said, okay, call the yogi, and he gave him the prize. So Prabhupada told this story to that couple, family, and told them that you are saying that you are staying so far away, then how would you say you are taking association? Taking association means you have to stay close to devotees. So close to place where satsanga is happening, morning programs are happening, chanting, dancing. Sometimes in ISKCON people live far away, but they have to make their own communities otherwise. In the neighborhood, wherever devotees come together, Shravanam Kirtanam is the main purpose for which they come together. Then it's a vibrant association. Otherwise, people stay far away in their own ivory towers. Just then eating, sleeping, waiting, defending program only will happen. You should stay close. So this is one thing regarding association. And regarding studying Prabhupada books, nowadays our ISKCON society is facing a great change in trends, which is very dangerous. For example, many people are becoming interested in learning Sanskrit nowadays. And many want to read more advanced Acharya's books like Gopal Champu, Ananda Vrindavan Champu, and those kind of books, although they have not yet brushed up the basics from Prabhupada books. So first at least 10 years, 5 to 10 years of Krishna consciousness, one should read all Bhaktivedanta purports. Small books, medium books, bigger books, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, all Prabhupada conversations, all Prabhupada letters, all Prabhupada's lectures, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, one should complete. Then one can embark on, previous acharyas' writings and everything. Without laying the foundation of Bhaktivedanta purports, Prabhupada's warning, if you go for reading big things, then our lectures, our presentation will be looking much different from what ISKCON is supposed to be. Like, any speaker speaking lecture, if you hear the lecture, if you see that it should be in line with Prabhupada, what Prabhupada has emphasized. And if we also want to emphasize what Prabhupada has, for example, Prabhupada's mood and mission. One mood I'll tell you. Prabhupada never appreciates Nirjan Bhajan. Today morning we were reading. Going to some secluded place and doing 3 lakh names, 2 lakh names. Even Bhaktan Thakur condemned it. He says, Dushtamana tumi kishera Vaishnava. In that song he says, for popularity, don't chant many names and then stay in a private place. And Prabhupada doesn't appreciate us following Chaturmas, 4 months of, eating only one mouthful of food and chanting many rounds and not going out for preaching. Prabhupada said, we are not Bhajananandis, we are Goshtyanandis. We should go out and preach. And go to Srimad Bhagavatam in folio and just put these 2 words, free hotel, you can put. Just put the word, free hotel. Immediately it will take you to 5th canto, Bharat Maharaj, Daraj Bharat Maharaj section, it will take you. There is one purport. Immediately you will get that purport if you put this free hotel. That purport has a lot of points. Prabhupada talks about one should not overeat. It leads to oversleeping. It leads to lethargy. It leads to disorientation. And then in this way, he says one becomes weak in spiritual life and falls down and everything. So that has almost 8 to 10 points Prabhupada gives for ISKCON devotees. And also Prabhupada, another verse you can read, 1.8.36. Bhagavatam, 1.8.36. Kuntimanani's section. There Prabhupada says, there is a transcendental sound, there is a mundane sound, there is a seemingly transcendental sound, he's saying. Mundane sound, all Maya, we can reject it. But a seemingly transcendental sound means there are many people nowadays speaking Krishna Leela, there are many people nowadays speaking spiritual subject matter. One should be very careful. It says that if one is taking Manina Bhushita Sarpa Kim Masona Bhayankaraha, if there is a coin or diamond on the hoods of a snake, one should not go for it. Very dangerous. There are many scholars, deeply learned, but their mentality is like a snake. They are envious of Krishna. One should not hear from them, although they may speak on spiritual subjects. Similarly, even Avaishnava Mukodgirinam Putam Harikatamratam Shravanam Naiva Kartavyam Sarpochishta Yatapaya. That's another verse. Sanatana Goswami says, if you are going to hear from Avaishnavas, then one is likely to become polluted. Nowadays in YouTube, people are hopping and jumping and watching so many videos and hearing, wasting their time. Our buddhi becomes very sthula buddhi. Sthula buddhi means gross intelligence. So the subtle, fine intelligence necessary to taste devotion, and that is spoiled because of watching too many things. So we should make a program for reading and hearing. Simple program. Keep in your shelf all Prabhupada books. Throw away all other books first. Keep these books first. And nicely read, underline, give headings, index the topics, deeply read. Similarly, hearing also. Make, just like for example, when I met His Holiness Kadambaganan Maharaj in those days in Vrindavan, I asked him, Maharaj, many times for speaking to new boys, we read many other books and all, what to do. He said, you see, reading Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, CC should be daily practice. And it is like rice, dal, sabji, chapati, he said, it's like that. And reading other books is like chutney. Then I asked him, how much can I read? That you decide, he said. How much chutney you take? Chutney should be less or more? Should be small. This should be our main intake regarding Prabhupada's book reading and hearing. Anything you associate with regularly, your speech is going to be like that only. Every speaker you will see, whatever you are associating with sound vibration, ultimately our personality is made up of sound vibration. What we take in. That's what we are going to emphasize. So, in terms of hearing speakers, in terms of reading the books, the more we take in Prabhupada Bhaktivedanta purports, our personality will become imbued with what Prabhupada wants us to think and speak and do. So you can keep this in mind. This is with respect to reading and hearing. And Prabhupada did not want to make only scholars in ISKCON society. He said that you should study my books very well, at least a couple of hours every day. Prabhupada says that in one place. But he wanted us to engage in practical seva. If you don't do seva, the knowledge will be theoretical. We can't digest knowledge. And even your physical body, if you eat food, then you work, then your food gets digested. Similarly, the knowledge also, it remains theoretical unless we do practical service. Even Krishna says that. He says, "Na tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya." Pranipat is the attitude of surrender. And then pariprashnena is inquisitiveness to tattva jignasa, to do that. And sevaya. One should render seva also, practical service. What is the seva Prabhupada wanted us to do? Go out to Harinam Sankirtan, go out to prasadam distribution, go out and do book distribution, go and do preaching, schools, colleges, companies, homes. Go out and reach out to people. Don't keep this priceless jewel of Krishna consciousness only with yourself. There's a saying in English, the hand that lends out roses is rendered fragrant. It is said. Imagine you have thousands of rose flowers, you keep giving. You've seen in Guru Puja one devotee who is giving flower. Finally you catch his hand and see it is fully fragrant because he has given away so many roses to so many people. In this way, Krishna consciousness is like a very fragrant rose. Give it out, give it out, give it to as many people as possible. Same way, the holy name, distribute, prasadam, distribute, Prabhupada books, distribute. This is the way we can do jivadaya. We can show compassion to the suffering people. So Prabhupada expected us that the considerable time of the day, we go out and we reach out the mercy to others. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur gives a wonderful program, 8-8-8. He says 8 hours for body, 8 hours for soul, 8 hours for missionary activities. This he told for those who are fully engaged in this. For example, night we sleep 6 hours and then clipping the nails, taking bath, eating food, washing clothes, shaving and all that, another 2 hours. Totally 8 hours over for the body. And 8 hours for the soul. The morning program is 5 hours. Correct, no? Morning program begins with 4:30 to 9:30. How many hours? 5 hours, yeah. And then say one brahmacharya class, you have 1.5 hours. Another 1.5 hours you do self-study of books. So that's another 3 hours. So 8 hours of soul. And the other 8 hours, he said we should do missionary activities. Now what is happening in our ISKCON society in many places, in those days, standard was sandwich program. Morning and evening you hear Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, and daytime you go out and distribute books and Harinam and everything. Now ISKCON society in India quite a bit changed. Because daytime, instead of going out, devotees remain in the temples, and then they do some reading, preparing PPTs, making phone calls and counseling and all they do. And evening they go for programs. Like that they do. Instead of evening remaining in the temple, they go out in the evening. Many preachers do that. Anyway, we have to see our missionary activity, according to Prabhupada, is reaching out books, reaching out the sublime message. It shouldn't happen that devotees are only reading. Janma sarthaka kori kara upakar. So, successful temple means nowadays in ISKCON society, in Bhadra and December, internationally we are expected that every temple should distribute Bhagavatam sets and the Prabhupada books. How much score we get is checked by Vaisheshika Prabhu and many others also. And another aspect of a successful temple is, we in Janmashtami time, Damodar festival time, in all these times, festivals are celebrated and then people are connected and they offer charity to the temple and everything. And then another successful temple means devotees are cared for and sheltered and protected, and they remain in the temple without going away. Not only we want to make new devotees, we want to retain the older devotees by training, education, love and care, by providing them proper prasad, accommodation, and nice Priti Lakshanam by that. So when people have Bhakti Shakti generated by hearing and chanting, when people have Priti Lakshanam associating with one another, and they have Dakshata or the expertise and skill to reach Krishna consciousness to educated mass of people and class of people and everybody, then it becomes a happy temple. So more devotees, happy devotees. So what is more devotee means? For example, you are all in Tirupati here. I came to know, I was talking to Rupeshwar Chaitanya Prabhu yesterday. He said there are 60 mandalas, correct Prabhu? There are 60, 70 mandalas are there. So he said in each mandala there are 40 villages. 40 or 50 villages are there. So what is more devotees? Reach everyone, engage everyone. Repeat. Yeah, that means you have to reach to, 60 mandalas, and then in those mandalas, two devotees go to one mandala and stay there. And then reach to 40 villages. That means reach to every villager, Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Karo Krishna, Shiksha. Make them chant Hare Krishna, worship Krishna deity, and study Gita Bhagavatam, and also preach to others. If you do that, one motto of ISKCON is served. What is it? More devotees. And what is happy devotee? Happy devotee means from the point of time a boy or any family becomes a devotee, up to the last point of his life, which is last breath he takes. Throughout this period, we have to make sure that the devotee is loved, cared, protected, sheltered, and kept happy. Happy in their life, all-round happiness. And at any cross-section of their life, they should have a meaningful seva engagement. If you can do these two things, then happy devotees. A happy devotee never leaves. They stay on in the association of devotees. It's not that they have to stay only as a brahmachari. Even if they become grihastha also, brahmachari, grihastha, but they always will stay with devotees. For example, imagine a tree which is filled with colorful mangoes, ripe mangoes, very, very tasty fruits. A lot of colorful exotic birds will come and they'll be making sound, they'll be crowding in the tree. Is it not true? Will those birds leave away? Will they leave and go? Yeah, they may leave and go to bring more birds. They'll go and bring more birds. And this is what I saw in my life when I joined in 91, I became a devotee. I was connected to ISKCON. And then 94, when I joined, I saw in those days there were a few devotees, but eventually devotees increased. So when we create a very nice environment, a platform, an ambience for people to come, it's like tasty fruits. Many want to savor those fruits. They will come. What are those fruits? They are spiritual fruits. Prabhupada says, what are the graces of the Lord? Na shochati, na kankshati. People have no lamentation. They have no material hankering. They are simply joyfully situated in practicing, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. So anybody sees in this world, it's a very magnetic ambience it is. Oh, these devotees are out of the world. They are happy. When Radheshyam Prabhu came here, he was a single personality. This empty land was empty land. I have been to this place when the lotus temple here was not there. Because when Radheshyam Prabhu made the model, he had made that lotus type of model and the temple structure, and then that brochure was made, the temple is going to come. So he started from the scratch. Now he is actually engaging hundreds of devotees even in the campus. He could have been working in some company as a CFO, CEO. He may be working in a very big position and employing hundreds of people in companies, karmic activity. Instead of that, he took up this direction. He and his good wife also. She is engaging children in the school, and Prabhuji is engaging devotees in the temple. So many brahmacharis, so many grihasthas, and they have a farm. How many cows you have, Prabhu? 500 cows in the farm, close to 500 cows. They have a Pushkarani also, I heard, where the lotuses are made, and they are brought here for the deity's service also. Prabhuji has another very big project is embarking on, care for the older devotees of ISKCON, those who are aging devotees, who may be 70, 80 years old. They want to peacefully leave the body. So he wants to create a facility for the Vriddha Vaishnavas. So he wants... Prabhuji recently had a Bhumi Puja also. Already has done a Bhumi Puja. So how many devotees want to keep? Project already started now. So you can see, when we say more devotees happy, for keeping devotees happy, he's coming up with many things like this for various devotees. So in this way, when we talk of Prabhupada's instructions, Prabhupada's teachings, from his pastimes we can learn many things. Yeah. Like once Prabhupada told one sannyasi, if you lit fire and you pour water, then the job will not be accomplished. So he was telling one sannyasi, your wood should be dry wood or wet wood. Prabhupada said, if the wood is wet, it will give smoke. If the wood is dry, it will burn. It will be very powerful. So, and then the sannyasi asked Prabhupada, so what is the meaning of this? Prabhupada said, wet wood means mixing spiritual life with sense gratification. He said. And dry wood means keeping your spiritual life pure, blissfully Krishna conscious. Perform Krishna conscious activities, so you'll be blissfully situated. So Prabhupada, many things he explains. And then he was telling, if coal is inside fire, it will be glowing reddish. And it can cook the sabji or rice or something. But if a coal falls outside, it becomes black. Asar, good for nothing. So remain inside the fire of Krishna consciousness. Don't weaken yourself by going away from Krishna consciousness, Prabhupada said. So many things can be said when you read the pastimes of Prabhupada. You learn many things. Prabhupada's main teaching is remain connected to Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Nama Kirtan, Bhagavata Shravan, Uttarava Srimurtira, Shraddhya Sevan. So, thank you. Now let's hear from Rupeshwar Chaitanya Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Om Agnanatimrandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitanamane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Pacharya Desatarane Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. మొట్టమొదటిగా హరేవదన్ ప్రభుకి రాధేశ్యాం ప్రభుకి నా ప్రణామాలు. చాలా అద్భుతంగా ప్రభుపాద వారిని ఎట్లా అనుసరించాలి అని ప్రభు వాళ్ళు బాగా చక్కగా మనకు వివరించారు. ఇక్కడ ముఖ్యంగా మన ఆధ్యాత్మిక జీవితం అంతా కూడా శ్రీల ప్రభుపాద వారిని దయ వల్ల, ఆయన అనుసరించడం వల్లనే మన ఆధ్యాత్మిక జీవితం అంతా కూడా ముందుకెళ్తూ ఉంది. ఇక్కడ ముఖ్యంగా ప్రభుపాద వారిని అనుసరించడం ఈరోజు టాపిక్. ఇంతకుముందే మనకు ప్రభు వాళ్ళు వివరించారు, ప్రభుపాద వారిని అనుసరించడం అంటే ఆయన సూచనల్ని పాటించడం అని చెప్పి. ప్రభుపాద వారి సూచనలు పాటించాలి. ఇంకొక ముఖ్యమైన విషయం మనం తెలుసుకోవాల్సింది ఏమంటే, ప్రభుపాద వారు అంటే శ్రీల ప్రభుపాద వారి యొక్క పూర్వ ఆచార్యులు, ప్రభుపాద వారి యొక్క అనునాయులు. ఇది మనం గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలి. కృష్ణ అంటే కృష్ణుడు, కృష్ణు యొక్క పరివారము, కృష్ణు యొక్క నామము, కృష్ణు యొక్క ధామము. ఇది కృష్ణ అంటే. ప్రభుపాద వారు అంటే, ప్రభుపాద వారిని అనుసరించడము అంటే మనం గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాల్సింది చాలా ముఖ్యమైన విషయం ఏమంటే, ప్రభుపాద వారి యొక్క పూర్వ ఆచార్యులు, ప్రభుపాద వారి యొక్క అనునాయులు. ఎవరైతే ప్రభుపాదు వారి యొక్క ప్రతినిధులుగా ఉంటారో, ఇప్పుడు ఏముందంటే మనం కొన్నిసార్లు భక్తియుక్తి సేవలు ముందుకి ప్రభుపాద్ చెప్పారంట, మనం ఎవరికైనా సర్వీస్ చెప్పారనుకో మన డివోటీస్, ప్రభుపాద్ ఈ సూచన చెప్పారు, మీరేం చెప్తున్నారని చెప్పి మనం కొన్నిసార్లు ప్రభుపాద్ ఎన్నో సూచనలు ఇచ్చారు. ఇప్పుడు నేను ఈ మధ్యలో చూడడం ఏం జరిగిందంటే, ప్రభుపాద్ సూచనలు ఒక యారోస్ కూడా యూజ్ చేస్తున్నారు అనమాట, బాణాల మాదిరి. అంటే ప్రభుపాద్ ఇది చెప్పాడు, ప్రభుపాద్ ఇది చెప్పాడు. దాన్ని కొన్నిసార్లు ఏం చేస్తుందంటే ఒక పరిపక్వత లేకుండా, అది ప్రభుపాద్ వారు దేశ కాల పాత్ర. ప్రభుపాద్ వారు ఒక ప్రదేశంలో కాలానికి తగ్గట్టుగా ఒక వ్యక్తికి అట్లా కొన్ని వేల సూచనలు ప్రభుపాద్ వారు ఇచ్చినారు. దాన్ని తీసుకొని మనం బాణాలు వేసుకుంటుంటాం. ఒకసారి కొన్నిసార్లు మన మైండ్కి కూడా ఏం చేస్తామంటే ఫ్లిప్ అయిపోతూ ఉంటాం. మైండ్కి ఏం కావాలి, ఏదో ఒక ఎక్స్క్యూజ్ కావాలి, ప్రభుపాద్ చెప్పాడు. ఈ విధంగా ఏం చేస్తామంటే మనము చాలా వరకు మోసం చేసుకునే వాళ్ళు అవుతాం. అందుకని నేనేం చెప్తున్నానంటే, ప్రభుపాదు వారిని అనుసరించడము అంటే ప్రభుపాదు వారి యొక్క అనునాయుల్ని కూడా అనుసరించడము. అన్ని సూచనలు మనకు కాదు, కాలానికి అనుగుణంగా, దేశానికి అనుగుణంగా వ్యక్తికి ప్రభుపాదు వారు చాలా సూచనలు ఇచ్చారు. అట్లనేసి అన్ని సూచనలు నువ్వు తీసుకున్నావు అనుకో, పుస్తకాలు చదువుతుంటాం మనం. ఇప్పుడు ఏమైంది, యూట్యూబ్ ఎవరన్నా కానీ మనం రకరకాలుగా ఎక్స్ప్లోర్ చేయండి. ఇప్పుడు ఇంతకుముందు అంటే ఒక 25 సంవత్సరాలకు ముందు ఒకరి దగ్గర, ఒక శిక్ష గురువు దగ్గరనో లేదా కొంతమంది దగ్గరనో శిక్షణ తీసుకుంటున్నారు. ఇప్పుడు గూగుల్ గురువు వచ్చేసాడు. ఇప్పుడు మీకు ఏం సూచనలు కావాలని వచ్చేస్తాయి ప్రభుపాద సూచనలు. దాంట్లో మనం ఏమంటే అక్కడ మన మైండ్ని దానికి ఎక్స్క్యూజ్ అనమాట. ప్రభుపాద చెప్పాడు, కొన్నిసార్లు ప్రభుపాద చాలా మందికి చెప్పింటాడు, చాలా సూచనలు ఇచ్చింటాడు. దాన్ని ఉపయోగించి మనం పక్కకి వెళ్ళిపోకూడదు. అంటే ఏమి, ప్రభుపాద వారు అన్ని న్యాయాలకి పక్కన వెళ్ళిపోద్దు. ప్రభు కూడా రాధేశ్యాం ప్రభు చెప్పారు కదా, డివోటీస్ అసోసియేషన్ చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ అనమాట. కాబట్టి ప్రభుపాద వారు అంటే ప్రభుపాద వారి యొక్క సూచనలు మనకి ఏది వర్తిస్తారో ప్రభుపాద అనునాయులు మనకు వివరిస్తారు. ఆయన సూచనలకు ఆధారంగానే మనకు సూచనలు ఇస్తారు. దాన్ని తీసుకొని మనం ముందుకెళ్ళాలి. కాబట్టి ఇది చాలా జాగ్రత్తగా ఆ సూచనలు కూడా ఏది మనకు వర్తిస్తుంది అని ప్రభుపాద అనునాయాల ద్వారా మనం సూచనలు తీసుకొని మనం ముందుకెళ్ళడం మన ఆధ్యాత్మిక జీవితంలో శ్రేష్టం. అది వీళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తారు, ప్రభుపాద అనునాయాలు అంటే ఇంకా కొన్ని సంవత్సరాల వరకు ప్రభుపాద అనునాయాలు. ఇప్పుడు ఆల్రెడీ ప్రభుపాద శిష్యులు ఉన్నారు, వాళ్ళకి శిష్యులు ఉన్నారు, వాళ్ళకి తెలుసు, మనకు శిక్షణ ఇచ్చేటువంటి ప్రభుపాద అనునాయాలకు తెలుసు నీ మనస్సు ఏమని, నీ శక్తి ఏమని చెప్పి, నీ కెపాసిటీ ఏమని వాళ్ళకి తెలుసు. దాని తగ్గట్టుగా నీకు సూచనలు ఇస్తారు. కాబట్టి ఇది చాలా చాలా ముఖ్యం. మనం అన్ని సూచనలు తప్పనిసరిగా ప్రభుపాద వారి యొక్క సూచనలు అది అన్ని అద్భుతమైనటువంటివే. నీకు అది ఎంతవరకు ఉపయోగపడుతుంది అనేది మనం జాగ్రత్తగా ముందుకెళ్ళాలి. లేదంటే కన్నా నేను చాలా వరకు చూస్తున్నాను అనమాట, ప్రభుపాద అది చెప్పాడు, ప్రభుపాద బుక్ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ చెప్పాడు, ఇంకోరంటే లేదు చాంటింగ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ చెప్పాడు, ప్రభుపాద టెంపుల్ కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ చెప్పాడు. ఎస్, ప్రతి ఒక్కటి ఇంపార్టెంట్ చెప్పాడు ప్రభుపాద. ఆర్గనైజేషన్లో ప్రభుపాద ఈజ్ ఏ ఫౌండర్ ఆచార్య. ప్రతి ఒక్క దానికి ఆయన సూచనలు ఇచ్చాడు అనమాట. మనకు రిలవెంట్గా ఉండేదాన్ని మనం జాగ్రత్తగా తీసుకొని మనం ఆధ్యాత్మిక ముందుకెళ్ళడం చాలా చాలా ముఖ్యం. ఇది ఒక పాయింట్ మనం చెప్పాలనుకున్నాను అనమాట. ఎందుకంటే డైవర్ట్ కాకూడదు మనం. ఓకే, జాగ్రత్తగా ప్రభుపాద అంటే ఇది మాత్రం గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలి, ప్రభుపాద అనుచరుల్ని మనం ఫాలో కావడం కూడా ప్రభుపాద ఫాలో కావడమే. ఎవరైతే ప్రభుపాద వారు యొక్క ప్రతినిధులు ఉన్నారు ఇప్పుడు సొసైటీలో, ప్రభుపాద ఏం చేశాడు, ఒక మేనేజ్మెంట్కి ఒక స్ట్రక్చర్ ఇచ్చాడు, శిక్షణకు ఒక స్ట్రక్చర్ ఇచ్చాడు. దాన్ని పాటించడం కూడా ప్రభుపాదని పాటించడం. సూచనతో పాటు ఇది కూడా మనం పాటించినట్లయితే మనం సేఫ్గా ఉంటాం. రెండోది, ప్రభుపాదు సాధనకి ఇచ్చాడు, సేవ కూడా ఇచ్చాడు సూచనలు. ముఖ్యంగా సాధనకి 4 నియమాలు పాటించడం, హరే కృష్ణ మంత్రం జపం చేయడం. ఇది మేజర్ ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్ అనమాట. 4 ఎలిమెంట్స్ పాటించు, 16 మార్లు కరెక్ట్ అది చేసినట్లయితే మనం శక్తిని గమనించి పెడతాం. ఇంకా ప్రీచింగ్కి సింపుల్. నేను ఒక డివోటీని అడిగాను అనమాట, సండే ప్రోగ్రామ్ కొన్ని 100 మంది వచ్చేస్తున్నారు అక్కడికి. నేను వాట్ ఈజ్ యువర్ సీక్రెట్ అడిగాను. ప్రభు, నా సీక్రెట్ ప్రసాదం ప్రభు అని చెప్పాడు. ఒకటే మాట చెప్పాడు అనమాట. అంటే ప్రభుపాద వారు ఇచ్చినది ప్రీచింగ్కి సింపుల్ సూత్రం ఇచ్చాడనమాట. మంచి కీర్తన, మంచి క్లాసు, మంచి ప్రసాదం. అవర్ ప్రీచింగ్ విల్ బి సక్సెస్. ఇప్పుడు మంచి కీర్తన రావాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి? 4 నియమాలు పాటించి ఎవరైతే ప్రహారమాలు జపం చేస్తుంటారో అప్పుడు ఆ కీర్తన అనేది చాలా శక్తివంతంగా ఉంటుంది. ఇంకా క్లాస్ ఎప్పుడు పవిత్రంగా ఉంటుందంటే మన ప్రభుపాద వారి యొక్క పుస్తకాలను చదివినప్పుడు, ఇప్పుడు ప్రభు చెప్పినట్లు ఇప్పుడు రకరకాల పుస్తకాలు వచ్చేసాయి మనకి. ప్రభుపాద వారి పుస్తకాలు అది ఎటర్నల్ బుక్స్, అవి ఎవరినైనా మార్చగలవు. ఇప్పుడు పరిస్థితుల్లో జనాలకి ఇప్పుడు కొన్నిసార్లు ఏమైందంటే, ఇంతకుముందు కొంతమంది భక్తులు మాకు ఇంకా ఉన్నతమైనటువంటి విషయాలు కావాలి, అంటే ఇంకా రాధాకృష్ణులకు సంబంధించి, తర్వాత కృష్ణునికి సంబంధించి ఉన్నతమైనటువంటి విషయాలు తెలుసుకోవాలి, కాబట్టి వేరే వేరే పుస్తకాలు చదవాలని చెప్పి వాళ్ళు ప్రయత్నం చేశారనమాట. అవంతా మనకు సరిపోవు. ప్రభుపాద వారి పుస్తకాలు మనకేం కావాలి అన్నీ ఉన్నాయి. శ్రీమద్ భాగవతంలో కావచ్చు, చైతన్య చరితామృతంలో కావచ్చు, భక్తి రసామృతంలో కావచ్చు, ఏ విషయాలు కానీ మనకున్నాయి. అయితే ప్రభుపాద వారు ఏం చేశారంటే బేసిక్గా మనకు కావాల్సిన విషయం, ఎందుకంటే ఇప్పుడు ఈ ప్రస్తుత కలియుగంలో ఇప్పుడున్నటువంటి పరిస్థితుల్లో జనాలంతా కూడా పూర్తిగా ఈ తమో గుణము రజోగుణం ఉన్నారు కాబట్టి బేసిక్ ఏమంటారు వాటిని, కొద్దిపాటి ఆధ్యాత్మిక విలువలు కూడా లేవన్నమాట. అంటే నేను శరీరాన్ని కాదు ఆత్మ అనేటువంటి ఆ తత్వం కూడా ఎవరికి తెలీదు. ఒక 500 సంవత్సరాలకు మునుపు, 1000 సంవత్సరాలకు మునుపు సమాజంలో చాలా వరకు తెలుసు అందరికీ, నేను శరీరాన్ని కాదు ఆత్మని వాళ్ళకందరికీ తెలుసు. ఆ జ్ఞానం ఉండిందనమాట. ఇప్పుడు అది కూడా లేదు. పూర్తిగా భౌతికత్వానికి వచ్చేసి ప్రాథమికమైనటువంటి ఆధ్యాత్మిక జ్ఞానం కూడా లేదు. కాబట్టి ప్రభుపాద వారు ఏం చేశారంటే, తొలి నుంచి ప్రభుపాద పుస్తకంలో ఎక్కువ చూస్తే ఆత్మకు సంబంధించిన విషయాలు ఉంటాయి. అందుకని వీళ్ళేమనుకుంటే, అవును ప్రభుపాద పుస్తకంలో చాలాసార్లు రాస్తుంటారు కదా. ఒకసారి ఏమవుతుందంటే, ఐ థింక్ నేను విన్నాను ఒక ఆథరైజ్డ్ పర్సన్ దగ్గర నుంచి, ఇప్పుడు అవును ప్రభుపాద పుస్తకంలో ఎక్కువగా నువ్వు శరీరం కాదు ఆత్మ, నువ్వు శరీరం కాదు ఆత్మ అని ఉంటుంది అనమాట. ఎందుకు ఆ విధంగా రాయబడిందంటే, ప్రభుపాద వారు అన్నిసార్లు చెప్పినా కానీ మనం తెలుసుకోలేకుండా ఉన్నాం. అన్నిసార్లు చెప్పినా కానీ మళ్ళీ మనం శరీరం అనుకొని పనిచేస్తా ఉన్నాం. ఇంకా ప్రభుపాద వారు ఫస్ట్ నుంచి ఆయనకు రాధాకృష్ణ లీలలో రాసేయచ్చు కావాలంటే, బట్ అది మనకు ఉపయోగపడదు ఇప్పుడు మొదట్లో. కాబట్టి ప్రభుపాద పుస్తకంలో లేదంటూ లేదు. అది మంత్రం మాదిరి. మంత్రం అంటే తెలుసు కదా, మంత్రం అనేది అది ఓపెన్ చేయాలా. నువ్వు ఫస్ట్ ప్రభుపాద పుస్తకంలో నువ్వు ఆత్మని నువ్వు తెలుసుకుంటే నీకు ఫస్ట్ కనిపించేది నువ్వు ఆత్మ, నువ్వు శరీరం కాదు ఆత్మ అనేది కనిపిస్తుంది దాంట్లో. ఎందుకంటే నువ్వు ఇంకా ఆత్మ సాక్షాత్కారము పొందలేదు కాబట్టి. నువ్వు అది తెలుసుకొని ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తూ వస్తే అన్ని విషయాలు దాంట్లోనే ఉన్నాయి. అది సముద్రం లాగా ప్రభుపాద వారి యొక్క పుస్తకాలు. అది ఎంతలో తెలినా కానీ నీకు శక్తిని బట్టి నువ్వు లోపలికి వెళ్ళచ్చు. దాంట్లో అన్ని విషయాలు ఉన్నాయి, సర్వం ఉందన్నమాట. లైక్ చైతన్య మహాప్రభు ఏ విధంగా ఆత్మానామ శ్లోకాన్ని వివరించాడో, ఒక శ్లోకంలో ఒక పదంలో ఎంత అర్థం ఉందో అట్లా ప్రభుపాద పుస్తకాలు ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈజ్ దేర్. కాబట్టి మనం ఎంతవరకు వెళ్తాం అనేది అక్కడ ఇంపార్టెంట్. కాబట్టి బేసిక్గా మనం ఏం చేయాలంటే, ప్రభుపాద వారు ఇచ్చినటువంటి సాధన ప్రిన్సిపల్స్ని పాటిస్తూ సాధన చేస్తూ వచ్చినంటే మనం డీప్గా వెళ్ళగలుగుతాం. అప్పుడు మనకు బాగా అర్థమవుతుంది అక్కడ. అదేవిధంగా ప్రీచింగ్ సంబంధించి ప్రభుపాద వారి పుస్తకాలు చదివి దాని నుంచి మనం వివరిస్తే ప్రీచింగ్ అనేది ఎఫెక్టివ్గా ఉంటుంది. ప్రసాదం ప్రభుపాద వారు ప్రాక్టికల్గా చేసి చూపించారు. ఆయన మంచి ప్రసాదం డివోటీస్కి మంచి ప్రసాదం పెట్టినట్లయితే ఆయనే వండి పెట్టాడు. మంచి ప్రసాదము, మంచి కీర్తన. కాబట్టి ఈ విధంగా మనం ప్రభుపాద వారి సాధనకి మనకు సూచనలు ఇచ్చాడు, సేవకి ఇచ్చాడు. తర్వాత ఇంకోటి ఏమంటే, కొన్ని మనం నేర్చుకోవాలి బయట వాళ్ళని కూడా చూసి. మీకంతా తెలుసు కదా, మీరంతా యూత్. మీరు ఇప్పుడు బయట ఇంద్రియ భోగానికి నాయకుల్ని ఏ విధంగా వాళ్ళు అనుసరిస్తున్నారు, బయట వాళ్ళు ఎంత డెడికేటెడ్గా వాళ్ళు చేస్తున్నారు. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి బయట మీరు యూత్, వాళ్ళు ఎట్లా పోతారు, 1000 మంది వెళ్ళిపోతారు. వాళ్ళు ఒక స్ట్రైక్ అంటే 1000 మంది వెళ్ళిపోతారు. ఎందుకంటే ఒక హరినామ సంకీర్తన అంటే మనం పోలేకపోతున్నాం. వాళ్ళు పెట్రోల్ పోసుకొని కాల్చుకుంటారు. అంత చేయొద్దండి మీరు. తెల్లవారితో స్నానం చేసి మంగళారతికి రండి చాలు, పెట్రోల్ పోసుకోవాల్సిన పనిలే. ఆ డెడికేషన్ ఎక్కడుంది? నేను అదే ఎప్పుడు అనుకుంటాను అనమాట. యూత్ని ఒక యూత్ అతను ఇప్పుడు జస్ట్ కృష్ణ కనెక్ట్ అవుతున్నాడు. ఒక రాజకీయ నాయకుని అరెస్ట్ చేసే ముందుకి, ప్రభు నేను పోతున్నాను ప్రభు, నా మీద ఎన్ని కేసులు పెట్టినా పర్వాలేదు అని చెప్పి వెళ్ళిపోయాడు అనమాట, పెట్రోల్ పోసుకునేదానికి. అది ఎక్కడుంది మన దగ్గర? అంటే మనం అట్లా ఆత్మహత్య చేసుకోవాల్సిన పనిలే. కనీసం ఆ డెడికేషన్, ఆ ఫాలో అప్ ఎక్కడుంది మనకి? దాంట్లో వాళ్ళు ఉండే దాంట్లో 10% చాలు. మనం మొత్తం యూనివర్సిటీని టేక్అవుట్ చేయొచ్చు ఇక్కడ, అన్ని యూనివర్సిటీస్ని. కాబట్టి కొన్నిసార్లు మనం నేర్చుకోవాల్సి వస్తుంది బయట వాళ్ళని చూసి కూడా. మనము వాళ్ళు ఎంత డెడికేషన్ చూడండి, ఫాలోవర్స్ చూడండి. పొలిటికల్ పార్టీస్ కావచ్చు, యూత్, మీకు అంతా తెలుసు యూత్ యూనియన్స్ ఎన్నో ఉన్నాయి.
Prabhupada said, learn from karmis, how determined they are.
వాళ్ళు ఎంత డెడిమెంట్ వాళ్ళ లీడర్స్కి చూడండి, అక్కడ ఎంత డెడికేటెడ్గా వాళ్ళు ఎట్లా ఫాలో అవుతారు. వాళ్ళకి ఒక రవ్వ దెబ్బ తగలకుండా చూసుకుంటారు. తెలుసా మీకు? యూత్ పొలిటికల్ లీడర్స్కి ఎంతమంది యూత్ ఉన్నారు ఇప్పుడు? వాళ్ళు ఎక్కడ పోయినా మానిటర్ చేస్తున్నారు. కాబట్టి మనకు ప్రభుపాద వారికి అంత డెడికేషన్ మనం ఇస్తున్నామా? మనం ఆ విధంగా సెంటిమెంట్గా పోవాల్సిన పని లేదు. ఆ శరణాగతి, ఆ కమిట్మెంట్ మనకుందా? అది చాలా చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ అనమాట. కాబట్టి ఇది ఆధ్యాత్మిక జీవితం. అక్కడికి వచ్చే కొద్దిగా చూడు వాళ్ళు ఎంత డెడికేటెడ్గా చేస్తున్నారు. వాళ్ళు 24 గంటలు వాళ్ళ గురించి ఆలోచిస్తారు, వాళ్ళ నాయకుడి గురించి. తెలుసో తెలియదు, మీరు చూడండి కావాలంటే. వాళ్ళని ఎట్లా ప్రాపగేట్ చేయాలి, ఎట్లా ఫేమస్ చేయాలి, యూట్యూబ్లో ఎట్లా ఫేమస్ చేయాలి, తర్వాత న్యూస్ పేపర్లు ఎట్లా ఫేమస్ చేయాలి, వాళ్ళని ఎట్లా గ్లోరిఫై చేయాలి, ఎట్లా పొగుడతారు వాళ్ళు. ఇప్పుడు అదే స్పిరిట్, దానికంటే ఎక్కువ స్పిరిట్ మనకు ఉండాలి ప్రభుపాద వారి మీద. వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. యూత్ కదా మీరు, ఏమైనా చేయగలుగుతారనమాట. కాబట్టి ఇవన్నీ కూడా చాలా చాలా ముఖ్యం మనకి. ఇంకోటి ఏమంటే, ఇది మనకు ఆపర్చునిటీ. మనం గ్లోరిఫై చేయకపోతే ఇంకొకరు గ్లోరిఫై చేస్తారు ప్రభుపాదని. మనం చేయలేదనుకో ఇంకొకటి వస్తాడు. మనకు అవకాశం, ఇది మనకే అవకాశం. ప్రభుపాద మనం కీర్తించినది, అనుసరించేది మనకు అవకాశం. లేకపోతే ఇంకో ప్రభుపాద ఇంకొకరిని ఇన్స్పైర్ చేస్తాడు. ప్రభుపాద చాలా పవర్ఫుల్ ఆయన. కాబట్టి మనకు అవకాశంగా దాన్ని తీసుకొని మనం ముందుకెళ్ళాలి. హరే కృష్ణ.
So really, thank you very much, Prabhuji. So it's so many vital and then principles, whatever you all shared. So it's very heart touching. So now it's open for questions. So how many are having questions? So మన క్వశ్చన్ అంటానే కొంతమంది ఎత్తారు. So some will not hand raise. See, now it's an opportunity where we are getting wonderful association of wonderful devotees. So this Sangha we will not get. Nowhere we will not get. So that too we are fortunate. So to have this Santushti festival. So Radheshyam Prabhu mentioned Santushti. So not only by prasadam. See, everything we have to get satisfied. Whatever the doubts, everything we need to get that satisfaction. Then we can move and go forward in spiritual life. So take this opportunity. So feel free and then ask whatever small question or big question. So now hand raise. How many of you are having questions? We'll give opportunity. Okay. We'll start. You mention your name and ask the question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dhanyavad Pranam. So it's a very curious question for me. That is, could you please tell me that you have been chanting from 30 years, more than 30 years. I want to know what's your taste in chanting and how you are experiencing that. I want to know that experience of chanting mantra Hare Krishna.
Who will decide? It will be Radheshyam. Thank you, Prabhu. Even today, struggling to chant. When you chant all the 16 rounds, when you hear all the 16 rounds perfectly, you are in the spiritual world. That's all. It's not easy. I can say, in my 38 years, I should not say this, but I'll tell. Only one time I heard all the 16 rounds. Only one time. In 38 years, that too in the train journey, I heard this. After hearing a lecture of Srila Prabhupada on japa, that inspired to chant all the 16 rounds I heard. The experience was only one time. I started my 17th round. Naturally, felt like. Now I do more rounds. That's a different thing. But it happens. Very difficult to hear all the names. And if you hear all the names, 16 rounds, if you hear minimum, you're in a different world. And in that world, there's no time. 2 hours, I finish my rounds. No, it's not there. And anything you touch, it'll turn into gold. Anything you touch, it'll turn into gold. Because Prabhupada said 16 rounds minimum. When you hear the Lord's name, you are with the Lord. When you're with the Lord means you're very happy. That's all. Being with Krishna, being in Krishna consciousness, being with Krishna means you're happy. Susukam kartam avyavyam. That is Lord. Lord is ocean of happiness. Sandrananda Visheshatma. His happiness is unlimited. Ocean. Anybody can cover the ocean with a lid? It is not possible. A tumbler can be covered. We are like that. Lord is like an ocean. You'll be with Him. That means ocean of transcendental bliss one experiences by chanting sincerely. As Srila Prabhupada says, 99% of your spiritual life depends on your chanting. 1% all other activities. That quote is there in the Nectar book distribution. We regularly read in the mornings. It is there. 99% depends on chanting. Your barometer of spiritual life is chanting japa. So for a good japa, you need sankirtana with the devotees chanting and dancing. You want to really chant seriously? Now that I seclude, has been said, Radheshyam Prabhu said, because sitting separately and chant, that will not work for us. That's for the Jivan Muktas, like Haridas Thakur, Srila Prabhupada. For us, we need association, chanting and dancing, especially youngsters. Being with the devotees and chanting and dancing, Sankirtana, is very powerful. That will lead to good japa. Without Sankirtana, you cannot do your japa properly. This is my personal experience. I've read a lot, personal experience. With the devotees, you got to dance, you got to chant, you got to be with the devotees. That is very, very. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu means Sankirtana. Then comes japa. When Sankirtana is good, japa is good, then your smarana 24/7 will be there all the time. Middle of the night, somebody taps you, you'll say, get up, Krishna. Always you're conscious of Krishna. That's Prahlad Maharaj. For the Shravanam Kirtana should be intact. Okay? That's all. But to chant perfectly is not an easy thing at all. We have to struggle. The struggle, that endeavor, Krishna appreciates. He'll help us. Okay, anyway, I'm not chanting properly. It's okay. Keep chanting, keep murmuring. It'll not work. That word should be pronounced clearly. Rupa Goswami said, lips should move, sound should come out. That is japa. Rupa Goswami says this. Lips should move, sound should come out. That is japa. Okay, so we can keep on struggling. First thing, and we should not get depressed also, I'm not chanting properly. No. Keep chanting, that's all. Keep on chanting. That lead to good chanting. Medicine for bad chanting is chanting. That lead to good chanting. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Anybody else having question?
Hare Krishna. Prabhu,
The train journey, I said, on the way to Pune temple inauguration.
Hare
I cannot forget that.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, when I heard that there is going to be panel discussion, I thought of contemplated asking two questions. One question I got already answered during your discourse, bro. So other question I thought of asking, when we go out for preaching, so we'll encounter the voice of different preconceptions. So recently I happened to talk to a boy. So he's telling about, you are teaching ISKCON and all. So he has some bad impressions about, he heard some YouTube like videos and all telling about present day ISKCON is going this way wrong, that way wrong and all. And he's coming and showing the videos. So this is how it is going. So then how come you claim this is like that? He's not answering. So how we can encounter such thing? Who are coming with preconceptions of seeing some social media influence and some social media. So definitely there will be some people who are intentionally doing some bad things. So how we can encounter such anti-preaching things?
See, ISKCON is an international organization with lakhs of followers. There may be some people may come into ISKCON with some ulterior motives, and they may misrepresent ISKCON sometimes. But in ISKCON, we have a GBC, which takes a swift action. And not only GBC, next to GBC, there are zonal supervisors, there are temple presidents. And I will tell him that if you see anything improper in any temple, immediately go to the local president and meet him and report to him. And then there will be a swift action taken. Because Prabhupada said spiritual movement in a material world is certainly very difficult to put up. And you can tell him, Bhagavatam says, Kalau dosha nidhe rajan, asti hi ekan guna, kirtan manat eva krishnasya mukta sangha param braje. Kali Yuga is a ocean of faults. And you can ask him, even in this ocean of faults, Prabhupada has established ISKCON society. So His Holiness Bhakti Brihat Bhagavad Maharaj was asked the same question, what you asked. So Maharaj asked that one devotee said, Maharaj, when I come to ISKCON, I see there is politics. And my mind says, why should I go to ISKCON? Like that he said, very, very strongly. Loaded question. Maharaj asked, in that ISKCON temple is Mangalarti happening? He asked, yes, Maharaj. Narsingha Arati happening? Yes, Maharaj. Tulasi Arati happening? Yes, Maharaj. Are devotees chanting japa? Yes, Maharaj, he said. And is there a Guru Puja? Yes, Maharaj. Is there Srimad Bhagavatam class? He said, yes, Maharaj. So why don't you attend all these things? Yes, Maharaj. Sit down, he said. So many good things are happening. Why don't you take advantage of that? Good things. Somebody is doing politics. Why do you see that? It's like, garden full of rose flowers, and one corner somebody has passed stool. You say, a stool is there if you say. Makshika vranamichanti, madhumichanti madhupaha. Yeah, honeybee always sees the flower to suck the honey. It will not care about the stool. But the fly will always look for stool. So you can tell him, why do you see the stool? See the flower and suck the honey. There's so much good in ISKCON. 99% is good. There may be 1% problem. Why do you make a big fuss about it? If you're really serious about it, come and join. Rectify the problem. And that's what I did. After my IIT, I would have gone to America. I was actually supposed to do my doctorate in University of Orlando, Central Florida. I got my doctorate grant of $50,000. So I was thinking, should I go for that or should I join? Somebody told me in ISKCON there are problems. I thought better join and sort out the problems. So you can tell him, you also join. Instead of pointing problems, you solve the problems. Correct, no?
Well, thank you.
Regarding the problems in ISKCON. One person is from the secular world. He was talking to Prabhupada. Prabhupada, I think Swamiji, in your German is a big problem, isn't it? Prabhupada said, yes, there is a problem. Because we are doing something, there's some problem. What you are doing. Because something is happening there, there'll be problems. But what you are doing for Sanatana Dharma, you're not doing anything, but you're talking.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I am Mithun from SVC Center. My question is, when I start service in serving in starting days, I feel excited to do. But days pass over, I feel not much excited when I was in earlier. So how to be always excited to do service? And also in DT face-to-face worship, in starting days I was very attracted and excited to see DTs before Mangalarti. But days pass over, I can't maintain that excitement to see Radha Govinda. How to enhance that excitement even in our upcoming days?
ఆయన ప్రశ్న, నేను కొత్తలో వచ్చినప్పుడు చాలా ఉత్సాహంగా భగవంతుని సేవ చేసేవాడిని. మళ్ళీ రాను ఆ ఉత్సాహము లేదు. అదేవిధంగా రాధా గోవిందని కూడా ఫస్ట్లో కొత్తగా వచ్చినప్పుడు చాలా ఉత్సాహంగా దర్శనం చేసుకునేవాడిని. మళ్ళీ రాను ఆ ఉత్సాహం అనేది లేదు. ఆ ఉత్సాహాన్ని ఎట్లా స్థిరంగా ఉంచాలి అనేది ప్రశ్న. ఇక్కడ మనం గమనించాల్సింది ఏమంటే, మొట్టమొదట ప్రాథమికంగా మనం భక్తిలోకి వచ్చినప్పుడు భగవంతుని కృప ఒకటి ఉంటుంది మనకి, ప్రత్యేకమైనటువంటి భగవంతుని కృప. రెండోది మనసు కూడా కొత్త విషయాలు కదా అవి, మైండ్ కూడా కొత్త అనమాట. కాబట్టి చాలా ఉత్సాహంగా మనం దాంట్లో నియుక్తం అవుతాం. రెండు అక్కడ కారణాలు, ఒకటి ప్రత్యేకమైన కృప కృష్ణుడిది, రెండోది మనసు కూడా కొత్త విషయాలు కాబట్టి చాలా ఉత్సాహంగా. తర్వాత కాలక్రమంలో ఏమవుతుందంటే పాతది అయిపోతుంది అనమాట. ఒక సంవత్సరం డివోటీస్ పాత వాళ్ళు అయిపోతారు, మనం చేసేటువంటి సేవలు మనసుకి ఏమవుతుందంటే అలవాటు అయిపోతాయి. అప్పుడు దాని మీద అంత ఆకర్షణ అనేది మనకు తగ్గుతుంది. అప్పుడు మనం ఏం చేయాలంటే, ఎవరైతే ఉత్సాహంగా ఉంటారో భక్తులు, వాళ్ళ యొక్క సంగతిని మనము తీసుకోవాలి. తీసుకొని దీనికి అందుకని మనకేం చెప్పారంటే ఆచార్యులు ఓపిక అని చెప్పారు. ఏమన్నారు దీన్ని? ఓపిక. ఇప్పుడు మనము ఎగ్జామ్ రాయడానికి 1 year వెయిట్ చేస్తాం కదా. స్కూల్లో చేరుతా ఉంటాను, ఇమీడియట్లీ ఎగ్జామ్ రాసి పాస్ అయిపోవాలని చెప్పి అనుకుంటామా? నువ్వు ఇప్పుడు ఏం చదువుతున్నావు నువ్వు? బీటెక్ కదా. బీటెక్ నువ్వు ఎన్ని సంవత్సరాలు బీటెక్ కంప్లీట్ చేసేదానికి? 4 years మనం బాగా స్టడీ చేసి చాలా జాగ్రత్తగా చేస్తే 4th yearలో హరే కృష్ణ పాస్ అవుతాం అనమాట. ఇక్కడ మాత్రం ఇమీడియట్లీ రిజల్ట్ కావాలి మనకి. టెంకాయ కొడతా ఉంటేనే ఇక్కడ ఒక టెంకాయ కొట్టామా ఇక్కడ అలా అర్థమవుతుంది కదా. అందుకని ఏమంటే మన ప్రాసెస్లో ఓపిక తప్పనిసరిగా మనకు రుచి కావాలి, ఆ ఆసక్తి ఉండాలి, మన కోరిక ఉండాలి. ఏది భగవంతుని మీద నాకు ఆసక్తి రావాలని ఆ కోరిక ఉండాలి. అయితే ఓపిక కూడా ఉండాలి. ఆ ఓపికతో ఇప్పుడు ఏమంటే అందరూ అదే అనమాట. ఇప్పుడు ఇన్స్టంట్ అనమాట. కలియుగంలో ఏమంటే ప్రతి ఒక్కటి ఇన్స్టంట్, ప్రతి ఒక్కటి అప్పటికప్పుడే రిజల్ట్ వచ్చేయాలి మనకి. అన్నం కూడా ఇప్పుడు చేసుకునే దానికి టైం లేదనమాట. ఓ ప్యాకెట్ కొనుక్కొనేసి తినేస్తాను. ఎగ్జామ్స్ కూడా ఇప్పుడు షార్ట్ కట్ అయిపోయినాయి కదా. ఇంతకుముందు అంతా కూడా క్రాష్ కోర్సెస్ వచ్చేసాయి. ఇప్పుడు లాంగ్ టర్మ్ కోర్సులు అంతా లేవన్నమాట. అదేముంది భక్తి కూడా క్రాష్ భక్తి సడన్ గా మనకు భక్తి. కాబట్టి మనం ఏమంటే ఇక్కడ మంచిది ఆ కోరిక అనేది ఉండాలి. అయితే మనం అక్కడ గమనించాల్సి ఏమంటే, అక్కడ ఎప్పుడైతే మనకు ఆసక్తి అనేది లేదు ఆ భగవంతుని మీద, దాని మీద మనం ఒకటి అక్కడ ఉత్సాహంగా ఉన్న భక్తులు గట్టిగా సాంగత్యం తీసుకోవాలి. అక్కడ అభక్తుల సాంగత్యాన్ని పూర్తిగా వదలాలి. ఇంకొక కారణం కూడా మనం అక్కడ ఎందుకు మనకు ఉత్సాహం లేకుండా పోతుందంటే, ఎక్కువ బయట వాళ్ళ యొక్క సాంగత్యం మనం తీసుకున్నప్పుడు కూడా ఈ ఉత్సాహం అనేది మనకి తగ్గుతుంది. కాబట్టి మనం జాగ్రత్తగా ఎక్కడ మనకు ఇంప్రూవ్ చేసుకోవాలని చెప్పి మనం ఆలోచించి, ఉత్సాహంగా ఉన్నటువంటి భక్తుల యొక్క సాంగత్యంలో ఓపికతో చేసినట్లయితే తప్పనిసరిగా ఇప్పుడు ఉదాహరణకి జపం అనుకో, నీకు జపంలో మనసు వెళ్ళిపోతుంది అనేది కాదు, నీ మనసు ఎట్లా తయారవుతుందంటే టైం వస్తే ఎప్పుడు సమయం వస్తే జపం చేయాలా అనే స్థాయికి వచ్చేస్తావు. ఇప్పుడు మన ప్రాథమికంగా ఏమవుతుందంటే, జపం చేసేటప్పుడు నా మనసు బయట వెళ్ళిపోతా ఉంది అని చెప్పేటువంటి స్థాయిలో నుంచి కొద్దిపాటి సమయం వచ్చినా కానీ ఎప్పుడు జపం చేసుకోవాలనే విధంగా నీ మనసు తయారవుతుంది. అప్పుడు దాన్ని ఆ శిక్షణ అనేది మనం చేసుకుంటూ, సాధన చేసుకుంటూ, అక్కడ ముఖ్యమైనటువంటి ప్రిన్సిపల్ ఏమంటే భక్తుల యొక్క సాంగత్యంలో స్ట్రాంగ్గా ఉండాలన్నమాట. ఉత్సాహమైన భక్తుల యొక్క సాంగత్యంలో ఉంటూ ఆ ప్రాసెస్ని చేస్తూ ఓపిక తేలినట్టయితే తప్పనిసరిగా నువ్వు ఎదుగుతూ కోరుకుంటున్నావు, దాన్ని పొందుతావు. హరే కృష్ణ.
Prabhu very beautifully illustrated from the point of view of having patience. One shouldn't be in a hurry. There are also many other reasons why that initial taste doesn't continue. The prime reasons are sins and offenses. Actually, just like, say I'm going in a car. If it is a rainy day, if water is falling on the glass, then I can't see the road properly. Naturally, my speed becomes slowed down. And while driving the car, if I drive rashly and try to overtake somebody and I hit somebody, then the traffic policeman will tell both cars to go to the side and car completely will stop. In the same manner, in our spiritual life, if you're committing any of the 4 regulative principles we are breaking, so that is causing the, like the rain shower in front of the glass, it blocks our vision, spiritual vision. So therefore we have wiper. You've seen that? What is the viper? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Ram. That Cheto Darpana Madhura. So when we keep on chanting, then chanting cleanses the sinful reactions and all. And hitting of the car to another person, that is like committing offense to a devotee. If I have spoken angrily with some devotee or quarrel with a devotee, then Lord becomes upset with me. Then he will take away the taste. He will say that, "Hey, you are hurting my devotee, so I take away the taste." And then you become very humble, he will give it back. Now you can take it back. Now you are a good soul. No, take it back. So Lord, so therefore we have to be very careful in dealing with devotees. This is the second thing. So sins, offenses. Third thing is niyama agraha, niyama agraha, we say. Agraha means rejecting some of the spiritual rules and regulations which we follow. Like not reading Prabhupada books regularly, not hearing lectures regularly, little bit careless in taking in Shravanam. So when hearing is not very good, then our vision also is not very good. All of us have experienced when we don't regularly hear and chant, then we become weak right now. So niyamagraha. Agraha means accepting them just for the sake of filling up sadhana card. Like one boy said, Prabhu, last 3 years I am filling up sadhana card. Regularly I get 40%. But he doesn't try to make an improvement in sadhana card. 40-40, you all know sadhana card, correct, no? Soul score, body score. So he's getting only 40%. He's supposed to get about 80%, 80-80. It doesn't change at all. That means accepting the sadhana card but not trying to make improvement. That's called niyama agraha, we call it like that. So this agraha makes spiritual life very boring, stale, and routine kind of thing. So one should avoid that also. Niyama agraha, one should learn. That means if my sadhana card needs improvement, I will improve. One should work on improvement. So, and another thing that can increase the taste is, instead of developing direct attraction to Krishna, you identify a devotee to whom you can be attracted. Like when I met Revatiraman Prabhu, he spoke pastimes of Balaji so sweetly in one of the lectures. After that, we invited him to Pune, and then he gave a lecture to Pune devotees also. He is very good narrator of pastimes, correct, no? So, speaks with so much devotion. So, you develop attraction for those who have devotion in their hearts. So, the more you develop attraction to sincerely practicing devotees, like I was telling you, he and his wife, they have thrown away the worldly success, so-called worldly success. And they have come here to live in this place on the order of Guru. So, just like Anantacharya was sent with his wife by Ramanujacharya to develop the hills and then establish Lord Balaji there for worship. And at the foot of the hill, we have Revatram Prabhu and his wife. They have devoted life. Is it? So, one should think like that. So, he was in a Singapore company, he would have been a very big man. When I travel in America, I see big people, living in posh bungalows, with lavish, greenery all around. And they are saving in the bank millions of dollars. And one day they're going to die and go without enjoying their money. Correct or not? Are they going to enjoy it? Somebody else is going to enjoy it. But they're going on saving. What is he doing? He is bringing money from everywhere and then engaging it in Radha Govind service. So, if we deeply think about the devotees' dedication, commitment, surrender, their service, and their one-pointed fixity, their joyful practice they are doing. So, if you have admiration for a devotee, and that admiration, initially we call it as a raga formula. You all will remember this? R for, please all of you repeat, R for respect, A for admiration, G for gratitude, A for appreciation. So first you respect a devotee, then you develop admiration in your heart, then you become grateful to the devotee. Then you cannot contain yourself, appreciation comes out of your mouth. You go and tell different devotees, look at this devotee, how wonderful this devotee is. When you do that, the real spiritual taste starts from there only. When you have a very great admiration for a devotee and gratitude for a devotee, appreciation for a devotee, your heart becomes touched. Then you immediately feel, I want to assist this devotee. How much? We felt like that when Bhaktivinoda Maharaj was coming to IIT. he used to bring beads, Prabhupada books, prasadam for us, and he used to drive the car 2 hours from Grand Road Chowpatty to the IIT. And he has to go back 2 hours. So we would go to the gate and then receive him in IIT and then help him carry the bag and everything. I used to feel pity for him. Look at this fellow. He's taking so much trouble to come and teach. Gradually he gave us knowledge. So when you feel sympathy for them, that sympathy arises out of love. I think this fellow really needs assistance. I told him, within 3 months I told him, Prabhu, if you want, I can leave my studies and join you. He said, no, you have to complete your studies. He said. So if you develop deep admiration for those who are guiding you, those who are sheltering you, that is better than developing love for Krishna directly. There is one story of Anantacharya. Anantacharya was making lotus garland, and Balaji sent one pujari and said, call him urgently, I want to see him. Anantacharya said, no, sorry, I cannot come because I'm making garland for you. If I come to see you now, this lotuses, they will close, isn't it? They will bloom. Fragrance will go away. The fragrance has to be preserved. So I want to finish making this garland and then I'll come and meet. So he finished the garland and went to offer to Balaji. Balaji said, no, I don't want the garland now. When I called you, didn't come, he said. Then he said, but I had a reason, I explained to you, but Balaji was upset. And not only that, Balaji said, now you cannot live in these hills anymore. You have to quit this place. Anantacharya said, what are you saying? My guru has ordered me to live here. See, this hill doesn't belong to you, not to me also. Varahadevi has given you this place. Isn't it? Neither you are also tenant, I am also tenant. I am staying on the order of Guru. Correct, no? So if you want to throw me out from here, you have to speak to my Guru. Balaji laughed and said, oh, give me the garland, now you put it. So you can see, that means his Guru Bhakti attracted Balaji. Is it not true? So we also, if you become attracted to Vaishnavas, then attraction to Krishna is a blessing that comes from the Vaishnavas, whose instructions we are serving. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Guruji, I have 1-2 things in the early morning program, like in home, we do some around, suppose when we're chanting Hare Krishna 16 rounds, when we sit, many times we tend to sleep. When we stand and chant, then mind distracts. So then I made 8 rounds I will sit and do, and 8 rounds I will go walking and do. So I want to check this thing. Is it okay? This is one thing. And one more thing about morning program, I want to check. Sometimes in home, Prabhuji, we have customized morning program. Suppose we follow 5 to 8, suppose. So first we do Mangal Aarti, then we do chanting. Though it was difficult for me, so then I'm doing first we chant 5 to 7, and then we try to do Mangal Aarti. So many times it happens that when we are 5 to 7, we are chanting. Then chanting section is not completed. We think, okay, half an hour more we'll do, then we'll do Mangal Aarti. So Mangal Aarti sometimes becomes 7:38. So I want to check whether it is okay. Time is not fixed. Mangal Aarti becomes delays, and so these 2 things I want to check, Prabhuji. What is good, how, what?
Your first question is to sit and chant,
Sit and chant and
then walk around. Actually, according to the Shastras, one should sit and chant. Walking is not allowed. Sitting and chanting is chanting in mode of goodness. Walking and chanting is the mode of passion. Sleeping and chanting is in the mode of ignorance. So we walk and chant because Prabhupada did that. We are Prabhupada Anugas. Whatever Prabhupada did, we'll do it. But Prabhupada is a transcendental personality. He can walk, he can sleep, he can do anything. He's with the Krishna all the time. So it's better always to sit and chant as far as possible. You're feeling very sleepy, then it's okay. Now that I walk, I talk to everybody, see everything, then the focus is gone. So it's always better to sit down and chant. If you're feeling sleepy, Prabhupada says stand. Stand and chant. That's recommended actually. See, sitting like this in Sukhasana, today, due to few factors, I can't sit down. I repent. I can't sit down. Sitting like this in Sukhasana, Padmasana is a blessing. You can focus very nicely. When you sit on the chair, you cannot focus. It's not designed. It's sitting Sukhasana or Padmasana and chant. That's a blessing. It's a blessing. I repent. I can't sit down comfortably like you people. When I was younger, I was sitting in Sukhasana or Vajrasana. But always I remember, I feel bad. Oh Lord. So like that, it's a blessing. Not that I sit on the chair is wonderful. No. It's a Shudra thing it is, sitting on a chair. A Brahmana means to sit down comfortably and chant. Okay, so always it's a blessing. Sitting down and chanting is a blessing. It's a great blessing. And next, what's the second lesson? See, that actually depends. The temple, a program is given by Srila Prabhupada. It has to happen like that. See, Brahma Muhurta means you should be with the Lord. Whether you chant, or you do arati, or you study, you chant the stotras, doesn't matter. You're with the Lord. You know? But for us, Srila Prabhupada has given an order. Do like this. This is our parampara that do like that. See, Mangala at the time the Lord gets up, we do Mangalarti. There's a time Lord gets up. The moment Lord gets up, we do Mangalarti. The temples is a must. You cannot compromise. But in the house, it depends. According to circumstances and situation. You know, if you can organize nicely, like in the temple, that's very good. Very good, but takes time. If you can do it, you can do it. In the first few days, it'll be tough. But in the course of time, you can. Okay, that's not possible due to so many other reasons, factors in the house. It's okay. Do it. Don't sleep. Brahma Muhurta, we should be up. Like years back, I was talking to my sister who stays in Bangalore. Then she knows astrology. Years back, she told me, my dear brother, from tomorrow, Shani starts for you, for me. Shani, 7:30, starts for you. You should be very careful. She said, 7 years will be there for you. I don't care. Never shown my hand to anybody till now. As a karmi also never showed. I don't care. Now I don't care at all. A lot, what comes, let it come. Okay, I just smiled. Okay, is it fine? That's okay, fine. Let it come. Let the Shani start. Let me have his association. Right? Is it Devata, right? Is a Devata Purusha. So what? You know, and Shani started. You know, but she called me after 3 days. She told me, good news. I said, what is that? It will not affect you. I said, how is that? Now, I was just reading, for your second, I was reading, and she said, those who are in Brahma Muhurta, they're up. Shani cannot do anything. So, my dear brother, congratulations, because I know you're at Mangalarti every day. Shani will never touch you. I said, thank you, my dear sister. Good news. So, like that, when you get up in the Brahma Muhurta, no dosha can touch you. Shani or Sarpa or Rahu, any doshas. Graha Karma Kala. Graha Karma Kala will never touch you. That's the power of Brahma Muhurta. Whether in the temple or in the house or in your bases, doesn't matter. Brahma Muhurta up and be with the Lord. Okay? This to the Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, I have some throat issue, Prabhu. When I chant continuously for more than 3 rounds, I will get pain, Prabhu. Then I will chant chanting in mind. Is it okay, Prabhu, or is there any solution?
As Prabhu was telling, we have to only make sure that, just like walking chanting is all right when one is walking within a very short distance and very attentive. In the same manner, because your throat is paining, you don't exert yourself. The first, after how many rounds you feel pain?
3 to 4 rounds.
3 to 4 rounds. How many you chant now?
6 rounds, Prabhu.
6 rounds you are chanting. So how do you chant? Just chant one mantra and show how loud you chant.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
This is very mild. But this causes pain to you? Is it?
Have trances, Prabhu.
Oh, is it? Tonsils. Tonsils. Yeah, you are going to repair it. You get it cured? It cannot be cured. Oh, right. You can chant softly, no problem.
You can chant in my
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. At least you should be able to hear.
No.
So, this is a good point you made. You chant softly, and too much pain, I'll give you one, okay? According to the acupressure reflexology. This is the point. You massage this for 3-4 lectures. Tell me doing this. And Banga singing also, I'll not hold Kartal. I'll do this. This will immediately give strength to your throat. This is the reflexology. This will help you. Okay, you do that. Both sides. In both sides. This is a throat point. Okay, this will help you a lot. Your pain will come down. Throat. And also, you got to eat pepper. Pepper for throat is very good. For best throat means eat pepper, 9 peppers a day. For good brahmachari also 9 peppers a day. Rishis, they're eating 9 peppers a day. 9 peppers you can eat, you'll forget. Write somewhere, eat pepper.
9 chilies.
Now we are eating 9 chilies, Rupesh. Okay. Okay, 9. Okay, 9 pepper you can eat. That'll make your throat strong. And also, chanting time, you can keep one clove. Lavanga on your side. That will help you a lot. Lavanga, pepper, throat massage. Okay? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. My question is, how we can develop the eagerness to chant the holy name in the morning time?
See, I'll tell you 5 stages of the chanting. First one thinks, oh, I have to chant. Thinks, now the chanting time has come, 5:30 to 7:30. Alas, I have to chant. That's the first lowest stage. Higher than that is, I want to chant. I know it's a struggle, but it is good for me. It's a very good medicine. Correct, no? Syat Krishna Nama Charitadisitapya Vidya. Topa Tapta Rasana Senaruchikana. Rupa Goswami says, like a sugarcane juice is bitter for a person with jaundice. I am a jaundice person, it's bitter, but I want to chant. I know it's a struggle. Somehow I will do it today because it is good for me. That is second stage. Third stage is, I get to chant. That means, oh, next 2 hours, there is no disturbance for me. Now I will sit in a very good place, Padmasana, very nicely. I get to chant 2 hours. So whenever I climb up in the train to the berth, in the early morning, 4:30, 6:30, nobody can disturb me when I say, oh, I get to chant now. Very nice. Why I am happy? That undisturbed chanting I am going to do, which is very nice. I should do it. And then better than that I get to chant is, I love to chant. I love to chant. Why? Because when I chant, over a period of time, the joy of chanting will increase as the purification increases. He says, Naha Prabhu Nanda Sutta, Vrishabhana Sutta Yuta, Koruna, Korogei Baro, Narottama Dase Koi, Nateliha Ranga Poi, Tomavena Ke Ache Amara, like the Narottama Das sings. He's saying, when I call the holy name, immediately the divine couple is coming and standing in front of me to listen how I am chanting. The Lord is watching. Whether we watch Him or not, He is watching us. He is watching. And we are chanting for that pleasure only. So I love to chant. Like, when you say Hare Krishna is who? Radha and Krishna. So we have to know the sweetness of Krishna, sweetness of Radharani. There are two songs on sweetness of Radharani is explained in the Kunkumakta Kanchanab Garva Hari Saurabha. That's a Rasalasya Gita Narmasat Kala Ali Pandita, that song. Another song talks about Radharani's greatness, which is the Sri Radhika Kripa Kataksh by Lord Shiva has spoken. He says, she says, very, very beautiful verses. You are the Swadeshwari, Sureshwari, like that, Makheshwari, like that he glorifies. So that's all Ishwari. She's like Bhagavan, she's Bhagavati. He is Swami, she is Swamini. So when you know her greatness and sweetness, similarly Krishna's greatness, Krishna's sweetness is explained in the Radharam Madhuram song. Correct, no? Radharam Madhuram song. Similarly, Krishna's greatness also explained in Ashtakams. You will read. So, when you are calling the holy name, it is actually addressed to the Lord. As we go from the outermost circle is impure chanting, which means it's blackish zone where a lot of lusty thoughts and all come. Lust, anger, revengeful thoughts. Fellow said like that, I will not leave him, and Hare Krishna, we are chanting. We are chanting, but we have many bad thoughts, either angry thoughts, lusty thoughts, greedy thoughts, greedier, dreaming about future and all that. That is a black zone. When you go in the inner zone, then there are positive distractions. Oh, I want to do seva. Today evening there is a program, I have to go to call the boys. I have to follow up this person, I have to make a phone call. So service-related thoughts will come. Then when you go into further deeper chanting, at the time a prayerful attitude will come. What is the prayerful attitude? You can remember this great formula, GREAT. Gratitude, respect, expectation of Lord's mercy, and accepting all the sufferings to be our own karmic reactions, and tolerance. These five are explained in one famous verse called as Tattenukampam Sasamikam. So when these qualities manifest during the chanting will become very joyful. One will be able to chant with love, enthusiastically. And higher than that stage is longing to chant. Oh, when will I get some extra time? As soon as you get some extra time, immediately take the bead bag and start chanting. As soon as you get some extra time, immediately open the Bhagavatam and read. That stage is longing to chant, feeling eagerness to chant. In this way, there are various stages. So you are asking about how we can increase our enthusiasm to chant, correct? No? Now you've got an idea. So as purification goes, we go from the outer circle to the innermost circle. In the core of the circle, the divine couple are standing, and that is Shuddhanam. So there is Nam Aparadhanam, Namabhas, and Shuddhanam. So now Aparadhanam is like a lorry has already toppled in the side. It's not moving. Even if you start the engine, wheels are rotating, but it's not moving ahead. You've seen trucks like that sometimes. In Aparadhanam, because of committing aparad, progress is very minimal. And Namabhas is like a silvery cloud. Sun is not seen, but silvery cloud tells you that there is sun. And Shuddhanam is like clear sky, and the sun is shining in the sky. You can see that Shuddhanam. Clearly one can see the divine couple. But otherwise, the silvery cloud, Namabhas is also good. Namabhas is a clearing stage when the anarthas are cleared. Aparadhanam, anarthas are not easily cleared. We are diving in the anarthas and struggling to chant. And that is also good. Why? Because in the beginning stage, Aparadhanam, when we chant, we have to cry to the Lord that I am committing so many aparadas to devotees and your holy name and everything. Please kindly give me the strength. One can cry to the Lord. So in this way, gradually, our aparadhanam plus longing to chant purely will bring us to Namabhas. Then Namabhas, Shuddhanam. Then gradually this progress only makes our chanting more and more enthusiastic. It's clear?
You tell this greatness principle. So for that, any sloka is there so that we can remember every day. We recite that sloka and we can remember what you did. This great.
Oh, the whole Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam is filled with so many. And And like you are reading, Aham Sarvasya Prabhu, Bhattas Sarvam Pravartate, Iti Matva Bhajante Mam, Buddha Bhava Samanvita. Like Krishna is saying, I am the source of all material and spiritual worlds, everything emanates from me. First, the Lord creates million universes, then he enters into every universe as Garbhodaksha Vishnu. Then he creates millions of atoms, enters into every atom as Kshirodaksha Vishnu. Isn't it? He is present in every atom, in every heart. If you are studying the philosophy nicely, from proper small books to medium books, bigger books, gradually it unfolds like a lotus. And the philosophy, the tattva becomes very strongly understood. And then the tattva will sink in our heart. Then we have to see the world from that. That's called as Shastra Chakshu. When you see the world from Shastra Chakshu point of view, then it will become an integral part of our existence. Then when we chant the holy name, we know whom are you calling, what are you addressing. Therefore, it is a gradual progression. You are already rightly situated. You are living with devotees. You are having Prabhupada book reading, correct now? You are hearing classes. You have finished Utkarsh camp already? Utkarsh, you heard a lot, correct now? You heard so many things like that. Because you heard once now, but as you read Prabhupada books, gradually it will internalize. To the degree you are able to take the reality presented in Shastras as absolute reality, and there is no, you don't have any doubt about that. To that degree, you will develop a childlike faith. When childlike innocent faith is developed, then you will be ecstatic. Like a small kid, for the small kid, mother is everything, correct, no? The child doesn't care a fig about anything in this world. If mother is there, I am safe. Similarly, devotee feels, so Krishna is there, whatever said about Krishna is true. And I totally wholeheartedly accept it. Buddha bhava samanvita. He will chant with ecstasy because he accepts sarvam etad ritam manye yanmam vadasi Keshava. Whatever truths you have spoken, Krishna, I wholeheartedly accept it. And I don't have any doubt about it. When we come to the stage, then there is no gap between you and Krishna. Then only we can, with full faith, we can do that. But that's a very advanced stage. So you are in the right progress, nothing to worry. Keep continuing.
Hare Krishna, bro. Dandavat pranam. Bro, sometimes devotees generally say that Krishna will save you, means Krishna will protect us and Krishna will maintain us. And whenever we get some problems and immediately some solutions or some help is given and came from somewhere or somehow, we think that Krishna actually helped. But sometimes I get depressed by thinking a lot that am I qualified that Krishna is directly coming and helping me, or am I really qualified that Krishna is actually seeing my problems? All these things will come. How can we understand these things, bro?
అక్కడ అభయ ప్రశ్న అర్థమైంది కదా మీకు అందరికీ? అంటే మనం సర్వసాధారణంగా వినేటువంటి సమాధానం ఏంటి? ఏ వచ్చినా కానీ మనం కృష్ణుడు రక్షిస్తాడు. మనం వింటుంటాం, ఏమొచ్చినా కానీ కృష్ణ ప్రొటెక్టివ్ అనేది. ఆయన అడిగేది, నేను దానికి క్వాలిఫైడా, నేను అంత స్థాయిలో ఉన్నానా? లేక ప్రహ్లాద్ మహారాజు వచ్చిన డైరెక్ట్గా కృష్ణ వచ్చి ప్రొటెక్ట్ చేశారనమాట. అయితే మనకి మన ఆచార్యులు స్పష్టంగా మనకు చెప్పారనమాట, తప్పనిసరిగా కృష్ణుడు ఆయన తప్పనిసరి రక్షిస్తాడు. కృష్ణ రక్షిస్తూ ఆ విశ్వాసం అనేది మనకు ఉండాలి, అది తప్పనిసరిగా ఉండాలి. దాన్ని మనం గట్టిగా పట్టుకోవాలి. కృష్ణుడు రక్షిస్తాడు అనేటువంటి విశ్వాసము మనకు ఉండాలన్నమాట. అది భక్తి సూత్రాల్లో మనకి దాన్ని ఏమంటారు, క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ ఆఫ్ డివోషనల్ సర్వీస్లో ఒకటనమాట. భగవంతుడు రక్షిస్తాడు అనే విశ్వాసం ఉండాలి. అదే సమయంలో మనం ప్రతి ఒక్క దానికి లైక్ నిప్పులో చేయిబెట్టి కృష్ణుడు రక్షిస్తాడని చెప్పడానికి లేదనమాట. మన తత్వం అనేది ఇప్పుడు పిల్లి పిల్ల, కోతి పిల్ల, బావి గోపు, ఈ తత్వం అనేది మనకి. పిల్లి చూసుకున్నాం అనుకో, పిల్లి ఏం చేస్తుంది? పిల్ల పట్టించుకోదు, తన పిల్ల అది పట్టించుకోడు. పిల్లి ఏం చేస్తుంది? దాన్ని పట్టుకుంటుంది. పిల్లని పట్టుకొని, ఇంకా పిల్ల బాధ్యత కాదు అది, పూర్తి బాధ్యత ఎవరిది? తల్లిదే. పిల్ల అసలు పట్టించుకోడు, నోట్లో పట్టుకొని ఎత్తుకెళ్తూ ఉంటుంది అనమాట. అట్లా కొంతమంది ఏం చేస్తారంటే నాదేం బాధ్యత లేదు, అంతా కృష్ణుడిది అని చెప్పేస్తారనమాట. పిల్లి మాదిరి పిల్లి పిల్ల తత్వం. ఇంకో తత్వం ఉందన్నమాట, కోతి పిల్ల తత్వం. ఇక్కడ రివర్స్ అనమాట. ఇక్కడ తల్లి ఏం పట్టించుకోదు, పిల్ల ఏం చేస్తుంది, గట్టిగా పట్టుకుంటుంది అనమాట. చూసారు కదా, కోతిని చూసారు కదా, పిల్లిని చూస్తుంటారు, కోతిని చూస్తుంటారు. ఇది ఒక తత్వం అనమాట, మంకీ అండ్ పిల్ల తత్వం. అంటే తల్లి ఏం పట్టించుకోదు, పిల్ల మాత్రం గట్టిగా పట్టుకుంటుంది. కొంతమంది చెప్తుంటే భగవంతుడు నేనే మొత్తం ఏమనుకున్నా కానీ భగవంతుని మీద పూర్తిగా ఆధారపడతాను, పూర్తిగా కృష్ణుడు నన్ను పట్టించుకోకపోయినా నేను పూర్తిగా కృష్ణుని మీద నేను డిపెండ్ అవుతానని చెప్పి కొంతమంది ఉంటారనమాట, అటువంటి వాళ్ళు కూడా. బట్ మన తత్వం వచ్చి మన ప్రభుపాద వారు మనకు మనం బయలుపడిపోయినప్పుడు మనకు దారం వేసిండారు, పైన లాగే వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారు. నువ్వు దారం పట్టుకోకుండా నన్ను రక్షించిందంటే అర్థమవుతుంది కదా. నువ్వు బయలుపడిపోయినావు, పైనుంచి దారం వేశారు, ఆ దారం నువ్వు గట్టిగా పట్టుకోవాలి. పట్టుకుంటే పైన ఉండే వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తారు, లాగుతారు. నువ్వు దారం పట్టుకుంటే నేను కృష్ణుడు చెప్పాడు, బయలుపడిపోయినావు, నువ్వు దారం వేశాడు కృష్ణుడు, నువ్వు పట్టుకోకుండా కృష్ణుడు చెప్పాడు నన్ను లాగుతారంటే. అందుకని మనం బాయిలో ఉండేది భౌతిక ప్రపంచంలో ఈ దారం వచ్చి సాధు శాస్త్ర గురువు, వాళ్ళని గట్టిగా పట్టుకుంటే కృష్ణుడు లాగుతారు. ఇది పర్ఫెక్ట్ ఫిలాసఫీ. మనం ఆ పిల్లి మాదిరి ఉండకూడదు, ఆ కోతి మాదిరి ఉండకూడదు. మన ఫిలాసఫీ ఏమి రోపన్. ఒక చిన్న కథ కూడా ఉందన్నమాట, చిన్న జస్ట్ మీకు ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ కోసం. ఒక వ్యక్తి ఒక ఐలాండ్లో దారిపోయాడంట, మిస్ అయిపోతే మామూలుగా రాత్రి అవుతే ఏమవుతుందంటే ఆ ఐలాండ్ వాటర్తో కవర్ అవుతుంది, చచ్చిపోతారనమాట. అతను మిస్ అయిపోయాడు, అతను భగవద్గీత చదివినాడు అనమాట. ఎవరైతే నాకు శరణాగతి పొందుతారో వాళ్ళని రక్షిస్తాడు అని చెప్పి ఆ ఫిలాసఫీని అక్కడ యూజ్ చేశాడు అనమాట. కృష్ణుడు చెప్పాడు కదా రక్షిస్తాడని చెప్పి, కృష్ణుడు రక్షిస్తాడు. నేను ఐలాండ్లో ఉన్నాను, అక్కడ ఎవరు నావ వాళ్ళు పోతున్నారన్నమాట, వాళ్ళు అడిగారు, అయ్యా రావయ్యా అంటే, కృష్ణుడు చెప్పాడు భగవద్గీతలో రక్షిస్తాడని చెప్పి, నువ్వు అవసరంలో పోవని చెప్పాడు. వీడు పోయి దారిలో అక్కడ ఉండే వాళ్ళకి చెప్పాడు. పెద్ద స్టీమర్ వచ్చింది అక్కడికి తీసుకోపోయేదానికి, వాళ్ళు పిలిస్తే కూడా రాలేదనమాట. కృష్ణుడు చెప్పాడు భగవద్గీతలో నేను రాను పోండి అని చెప్పాడు అనమాట. వీడోడు పిచ్చి అడుగుకున్నారు, ఏం చేయాలి, హెలికాప్టర్ పంపించారు. మళ్ళా నవి వాళ్ళు వచ్చి పైనుంచి నిచ్చెన వేసి, రావయ్యా ముబ్బైపోతా ఉంది, నీళ్ళు వస్తాయి చచ్చిపోతావు అంటే, లేదు కృష్ణుడు భగవద్గీత చెప్పాడు రక్షిస్తాడు, నువ్వు వెళ్ళిపో, నేను రాను. భగవద్గీత ట్రూత్, అది నిజం, అది సత్య ప్రమాణం అని చెప్పారు. వాళ్ళు ఏం చేసేది, వెళ్ళిపోయారు. పట్టుకోలేదు అతను, ఇంకా ఏం చేయాలా, చీకటి అయిపోయింది, నీళ్ళు వచ్చాయి, చనిపోయాడు అనమాట. పైకి వెళ్ళారు, అతను క్వశ్చన్ చేస్తున్నాడు దేవతల్ని, భగవంతుడు చెప్పాడు కదా ఎక్కడ రక్షించలేదేనని. అక్కడ వాళ్ళు చెప్తున్నారనమాట, ఒరే మూర్ఖుడా, కృష్ణుడు నీ కోసము చిన్న నావను పంపించాడు, నువ్వు దాన్ని వదిలేసావు. పెద్ద నావను పంపించాడు, అది హెలికాప్టర్ని కూడా పంపించాడు కృష్ణుడు నీకు, అదన్నీ వదిలేసి నువ్వు మళ్ళీ నీ బుద్ధిని ఉపయోగించిన కృష్ణుడు అది పంపించింది అక్కడ. కాబట్టి కృష్ణుడి యొక్క సహాయము, రక్షణ అనేది ఎట్లొస్తుంది అనేది ఆ గ్రహించేటువంటి సామర్థ్యం కూడా మనకు ఉండాలి అక్కడ. మనకు తెలియదు, కృష్ణుడు ఎన్నో రకాలుగా మనకు సహాయం చేస్తుంటాడు. కృష్ణుడు పరమాత్మ అందరి హృదయంలో ఉన్నాడు. అది ఏ విధంగా నిన్ను రక్షిస్తాడు, ఏ విధంగా నిన్ను ఆయన పోషిస్తాడు అనేది ఆయన, అది ఎప్పుడు వస్తుందంటే నువ్వు నిదానంగా నీ హృదయ పవిత్రీకరణ బట్టి కృష్ణుని యొక్క ఆ యొక్క ఆయన ఏ విధంగా మనం రక్షిస్తున్నాడు, ఆయన యొక్క ఉనికి అంటారు దాన్ని, కృష్ణుని యొక్క ఉనికి అనేది మనకు అర్థమవుతుంది. కాబట్టి జాగ్రత్తగా మన తత్వాన్ని మనం గ్రహించి మనం ముందుకెళ్ళడం అనేది. హరే కృష్ణ.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. My name is C. Keshavardhan. My doubt is Keshavardhan. My doubt is what is the meaning of Radha Devi, and is there any qualifications to speak and listen the name of Radha Devi?
హరే కృష్ణ. శ్రీమతి రాధారాణికి జై. To utter Radha's name itself is something great. To ask a question on Srimati Radharani is the ultimate. His name is Keshav. So Radha means, meaning of Radha means topmost worshipper. Topmost worshipper. And Ram is Rasa Mandala. Dham is Dhabamana, Radha. When Srimati Radharani manifested from Lord Krishna, from the left side, when she manifested, the first thing she ran. She manifested in Rasa Mandala. The moment she came out, she ran. For what? To get some flowers. To worship Lord Krishna. See, the first attitude is service. She ran, got the flowers, and worshipped Lord Krishna with the flowers. So, Ram is Rasa Mandala, Dham is Dhavamana. She ran to get the flowers and to worship. Get the point? So, to become a devotee of Srimati Radharani, Krishna will be with you. So, when you chant Radha's name, that's why Hare Krishna first is Radha, then Krishna. Hare, first Krishna Radharani, then Rama. So important. That's why it is very, very special. Srila Prabhupada installing deities of Radha and Krishna around the world. And Gaurnita deities around the world is something very special. We are blessed. Otherwise, it's very difficult. In South India, tell me, before coming to ISKCON, how many of you had been to Radha Krishna temple? Raise your hands. 1, 2, 3. Now, how many of you visited Radha Krishna temples? Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada showed us Srimati Radharani. In those days also, when Vajranabha, the great grandson of Lord Krishna, installed only Krishna deities. Later the Acharyas, they introduced Srimati Radharani. Radharani, of course, always she is there with Krishna. She's the Sri. She's Adi Lakshmi, always residing in Lord's chest. You know? So Srila Prabhupada very mercifully, he gave this tattva, Radha tattva. On south, it is not there. Nobody knows. But Sri Vaishnava are very exalted. He may be knowing all the scriptures, Bhagavatam thoroughly. Talk about Radharani, he cannot. He cannot. Because we can talk about Radharani, we know about Radharani because of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. To understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we should know the philosophy of Goswamis, which Prabhupada has given us in his books. Nectar of devotion, nectar of instruction. And all his purpose is there. If you understand Goswamis, then we understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When you understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then we understand Radha Krishna Tattva. So other sampradayas down south mainly, they don't know this. They don't know. They can't speak on Srimati Radharani. It's not possible. One should be connected to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we in the Gaudiya Sampradaya, we are so special, very, very fortunate, we know this. They have. In Shiva Vaishnavas, there are some little glimpses of Srimati Radharani. I have discussed with them, so with the Madhvas also. Little glimpses of Radharani, but they don't know. And there are sometimes they don't accept also. Come on, listen. Radharani is an imagination, they say. But it is there in the scriptures. One final. When inauguration, we called one Shiva Vaishnava Brahmana. And Acharya is our heading, whole thing, you know. We call him Balaji Swami, good friend of us. Bhuvi Puja also he did. That time he was very young. In 2007, he came. I told him he should do it. He is Samprakshana. He did, was the main Acharya. So before the Samprakshana, he told me, I don't know much about Radharani. I know Lakshmi Narayana. So I have to read about Radharani. I said, please do that. He took Nectar of Devotion also from our temple Telugu book. And also a Brahma Vaivarta Purana. Too much on Radharani. He read that also. He read both the books. Before, when I was to meet, he used to say Hare Krishna, he used to say Hare Krishna, or he used to say Narayana. Narayana. So after reading that, and he came and met me just before the inauguration. Hare Baba, Radharani, ఏమంటే నిండా స్పెషల్ అది Radharani. From that day till today, whenever I call him, whenever he meets me, he says Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. So you now also, when I call him sometimes, recently, our Guru Maharaj Jayapatakshama was very sick. I called him for some yajna home and all. The first thing, automatically, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe. Not for us only, for everybody. So that's the power of Srimati Radharani. That easily cannot utter her name. I say, you got the point? That easily cannot utter her name. In Sukadeva Goswami never mentioned her name in Bhagavatam because he'll go in trance for 6 months. So he hid her name in a verse. So uttering Radharani's name is not an easy thing, but we should not utter very carelessly, very casually. We are not elevated even to say her name. And that's why we say, Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga. Only on Radhashyamdas is permitted to chant Radharani's name directly. Okay, Hare Krishna.
So how many of you have more questions? Hand raise. But so as Prabhu want to leave 6 o'clock, you have to leave from here. Train is at 6:15. And then so much time we went. So again, so next Santushti will have more question answers like this panel discussion. So extremely we are grateful, Prabhu. ISKCON Revati Raman Prabhu, ISKCON Radheshyam Prabhu, ISKCON Rupeshwar Chaitanya Prabhu for giving their valuable time. So how many of you are feeling very happy? So this is not the sign. Somewhere. So let's thank by chanting Hare Krishna mantra. So like you have to show some gratitude in some way. So we'll chant mantra loudly. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So come fast, we'll have a group photo. We'll not get that moment again.